Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to US Drift Circuit Round 3 here at Sebring. We are at the main show. We had the qualifying seating bracket yesterday. I first want to thank the title sponsor, Redline Synthetic Oils, for being a huge part of the show that we have here at US Drift Circuit, as well as our other sponsors, Autosports Engineering, Drift HQ, Kenda Tires, BC Racing, Kansei Wheels, and many, many more. I'm Jonathan Tiny Warby, your announcer here at Sebring for US Drift Circuit with my partner in crime, the Florida man, Dustin from Dustin Motors. How's it going, dude?
Always killing it, Tiny. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. We're getting not as much rain today.
I was just about to comment on the weather because that's what you do in small talk. We start off with the weather. So as your meteorologist here, guys, we have a slight chance of rain coming on through, tons of precipitation. So either which way, we are hoping that we are not as wet as we were in qualifying. Those that were watching last night, it was a puddle fest. We had it all over. We had guys really just trying to get good laps in. Today, in the rain, tons of practice. They got these cars dialed in, so even if we do have rolling rains in, I mean, we're seeing doors getting touched throughout everything. Wet, dry, patchy. These guys are on their game. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited seeing how the track staff has been working through the rain, and as well as making sure that we're getting everything kind of tailored for the drivers to help out. We're putting more cones out on outside zone 1 and 2 so the drivers have more of a visual cue.
Not just the drivers, but also the judges.
Yeah, but more importantly, we have people out here that have been supporting. There's people in the rain yesterday that they were just trucking through. It was great.
All day.
So one thing we do want to talk about too is the points leadership of this season. We have Christian Control, and I actually had a conversation with him earlier.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was very interesting on how he explained his mindset. He's very big on the mind and trying to get himself dialed in. He loves the US Drift Circuit because it's one of the toughest competition, not only with driver-wise, but how Florida is with the weather and all that. And so it makes him have to kind of prepare for the worst and kind of hope for the best. And I told him it's very similar when I was in the military. They just trained us on the worst thing possible. So if it's not as hard, okay, we're good.
Yeah, no, you expect the worst, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Yeah. Something that I thought was funny is I first battle out here, not battle, but actually practice lap, was Christian Catrone out here, and he was going up against Lewis Lons, and it looked like it was a battle. He was like, oh, I'm going to just dive in on your door. We're going to hold it together. We're going through zone 2, and he's transitioning off his bumper all the way into your favorite fatal funnel. Yep. So tons of exciting stuff going on there, and honestly, all the drivers really started showing up. Oh, yeah. You've got drivers with brand new motor systems like Pedro, where he's rolling from an HR now into an LS on this one, and he looks like he's been driving the car all year.
Yeah, and the craziest thing we had yesterday, Salvio, he lost a clutch. Yep. He drove it to Orlando. He came back during practice.
Yeah, Freddie took care of that one last night. Got it knocked out.
Then during practice, he blew a head gasket, and now they're working on it to try to get him back up and running.
So from my understanding, I don't even know if they found one yet, but they were tearing stuff down. But we are going to get the drivers out here to go ahead and do
the opening ceremony.
We've got a lovely gentleman that's going to be singing the national anthem for us. Yep. We're going to highlight on some of those cars that are coming through. Obviously, we've got our boy out here, the Slide United car, Rocket Man himself.
John Temple, he's in the second. And you got the yellow Scooby-Doo and Shaggy Mobile.
Another Corvette, imagine that.
Yeah.
Corvettes are the new Z's, I'm calling it.
Jackson Webb is leading the whole train. You have Zach Chin coming up here in the pink Mustang. Yep, Tom Mermanod as well.
And Tom's come a long way today. Car was not gripping up, having an issue in practice, and he's figured it out here towards the end. Williams over here as well, feeling like, hey, these V8 cars are having a hard time. They're just not finding the grip. It's almost like Nathan's going to have an advantage coming on in with the slower Mustang. I'm not quite sure what he's wearing on his head. I'm going to let that be whatever.
Why is Lewis on it?
Lewis is actually on a Suron. Lewis is no longer competing in the Corvette. He's switched to the electric bracket. We got Spencer, our #1 seed qualifier here, right behind our boy. Oh, nobody can hear because we're going to rev our engines. Our points leader right here in the Howard's Cam Corvette, Christian Catrone. finding all the grip somehow today.
Yeah.
Another driver, Sasha, absolutely throwing down all day, really holding it together. Paulo is making sure that none of us have hearing at the end of this event.
Yeah.
And the straight piped, rerouted exhaust so that we all hear it. So that's always a ton of fun.
Look at the Godfather over there with the kiddos.
Stinger, man, he's got the kids in the car. He actually got into the podium as well. So last night for him, John Temple, I know, is going to really be hunting it down, wanting to be there as well. So exciting stuff. And there's Pedro, obviously, there. But there's Chris Catrone, our points leader on the camera right now, sitting next to Sasha. And yeah, very, very exciting stuff right now. Oh, we're already taking cones out. Jackson has decided to take a cone with him as a souvenir.
And yeah,
track workers are going to rip off his bumper to get the cone out, I'm sure.
Sasha posing in front of his car like he's about to make a mixtape video. It's freaking great.
Spencer out there in one of the most colorful race suits of the day, too. We got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
we got the Segway killing it, too.
That's awesome. You got,
you see Chris Jackson now with a microphone in his hand. That is a dangerous combination. But we are going to have the national anthem there. But we're getting all the cars lined up. Matt Schulman, the poor guy, running into issue after issue, blowing his axles out, then having a weird run situation. I don't know if he just wasn't, like, got off the fact that the car was injured or what was going on, but had a little issue in seating. But another number 2 right now in the points. So you got Savio looking like the head gasket is done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hold on. Savio is on the grid.
Oh, that's Vincent Toledo over there. I think he's on Instagram Live. Just recording.
Vincent, make sure you say hi to my mom for me. Hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
It's awesome. These guys lined up, getting situated. This whole crowd of drivers, they're talented drivers, all of them, and they've been busting their tails to get their cars up and running. We were talking about Salvio getting his stuff rebuilt, but we have everybody getting lined up, and we see Louis Lance and his electric pit bike.
Yeah, so Lewis apparently has switched to the full electric is what we were saying, but I'm noticing John Temple's got some new damage on his door. He's supposed to be on the grid, but I don't see him. I don't know if I see a floating head out there, but I don't see him.
The camo.
What camo? I can't see John Temple.
The cool thing about John Temple's suit, it has the patches on it.
I can't see
unit patches.
Yeah. I can't see John Temple. What happened to your door over there, bud?
I pushed somebody over the finish line last year.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to help him win.
No, I won that.
Oh, good. So he won that battle. I didn't notice the door was still caved in from last year. That's funny.
All right, we're going to transfer it over to our man out there to sing the national anthem for us. So if you have hats on, please remove them. Stand for the flag.
Check. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you. Y'all ready to get this party started? Gentlemen, start your engines! In like a couple seconds when you get in your car. Let's go!
Well, I know he is living out his dream out there. What an amazing job. Everybody give a round of applause for him, killing it out there. And absolutely, guys, start those engines, warm up those tires. Let's get ready to put on a show for everybody that's going to be tuning in today. Obviously, want to make sure we give a big shout out to all these drivers, putting the time, dedication from their families. So with that being said, if you're not already sharing the live stream, you should. It is available. Oh, we're playing. Oh, my goodness. He hit the railing with it. That was funny.
These guys out here revving up their engines. A lot of rooms, a lot of horsepower on the track.
Smells like teen spirit.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
A lot of Kansei Wheels out there. Noticing a lot of Kendas. This water is gonna get wetter. Red line. So, gonna go pull up the bracket here.
Yep.
We're gonna start looking at the left side. Oh. Phil Singer putting on a show for the people. His whole family in the car. Honestly, that's my favorite donut of the day.
Yeah. Bill Stinger, man, having a conversation with him, very down-to-earth guy. When I was talking to him earlier, it was 10 years since he drifted in the rain.
Oh, wow.
So it was.
Yeah, he was saying he hates driving in the rain.
Yeah. And he did a fantastic job. You got all these guys out here rolling off of the track. We're going to see our next, Harry Spencer got a bye going into the top 16.
Well, he's number one seed because we only have 26 drivers.
I want to say 26.
Yeah.
The first battle we will see is Eric Noguera versus Pedro Signini.
And you're going to call him Fireball Noguera.
Man, did you see that
10
Fireball?
times?
Look, okay. I saw the video from one of the Drift HQ media guys.
From yesterday?
Yeah. And it looked like their tire, like it was a trail of fire.
Oh.
It was really chef's kiss.
I fell into a burning. We're going to get demonetized.
I told the media guy, I'm like, hey, you know what? You should put Fireball and then the song coming up in the background.
See, we're going to get demonetized for that one, too. So we're not allowed to sing any songs out here, apparently.
Well, we sing it terribly.
Fireball. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you got the shirt to match that music video.
I mean, we try to vibe out here, you know. It's Florida. We're out here. Happen to be a Florida man, you know. Just got to try to show up. But out in the rain, all these guys were doing a great job. Bill, we were just talking about him. He's like, I don't know. I'm not from Florida. I don't drive in the rain like you guys do because it seems like every event you guys are driving in the rain. But I was like, hey, you drove like a Floridian out there. You were killing it.
Yeah.
We weren't worried about it. You didn't have your hazards on, so we're a big fan of you already in the water.
Man, sometimes the rain out here in Florida. So I'm not originally from Florida. I'm a Jersey boy, but
that checks out.
So coming out here, and even yesterday when I was driving here, random monsoon rain that we would get hit by.
Tons of it.
And that's what happened yesterday when I got here. It was a torrential downpour, and then it just let up, and then it just started pouring again. And it's so hard for this track because you got Sebring, a historic track here. You have two different track surfaces that they're going through. Yesterday we saw puddles. Today we were thinking that it was going to be consistent rain throughout the whole day, and it just stopped raining. It lifted. Might get some spotty rain throughout the day when I was looking at the weather app.
Well, we dried off the track. I've been trying to keep things posted up on the Instagram, and then obviously the US Drift Circuit has been posted on their Instagram. So if you're not following those, obviously you guys are on the YouTube right now, so definitely give a subscribe, hit the little bell, all that fun stuff. But definitely make sure you guys tune in, tell your friends, all that kind of stuff. But we also all have social media. Give all the drivers you can a follow, all the media guys, all that kind of stuff. FLYDAY Drones, I know, is always posting cool stuff on his things. So a lot of cool stuff out there.
And you going in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah, if you want to see a Florida man go barefoot in the middle of a hurricane,
That
Dustin
went
Motors
viral,
on Instagram.
didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
A little bit, huh?
It wasn't that many views. It's fine.
Yeah, a million.
7-something million.
Oh,
and it
geez.
got picked up by the news, too.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how you did it, but
I just drove out of the house during a mandatory evacuation and drove as close to the shore as possible, and then crossed closed bridges and passed, police. I don't know. It was fun. We follow the rules here at US Drift Circuit, so here we're safe. Me out in the wild, not so safe.
Well, that's something that some people don't even get to have a chance if they've never been to a drift event, like going through tech. What you've been through tech before? What would they look through like for making sure that they're safe, so on and so forth, so people at home?
Well, there is a whole list for tech, but all these cars are not just street cars that are coming rolling in. So all of them are caged. All of them have main hoops. They have all the points welded through completely. They're not just stuck in there. They're not PVC. That'd be a correct grade. They all get checked over. Fire suit, up-to-date helmet, Snell-rated helmet, fire suit, fire suppression system or a fire extinguisher within reach. Nuts, bolt check, all your lug nuts, all the fun stuff, no cracked windshield, things that get you on the track, right? Some of the bigger things that come into these cars, though, you do have to have an engine kill switch. So that takes off all power from the chassis. It doesn't just turn the motor off. So that's important. If they have a fuel cell, they need to have a firewall. There's a lot of things that happen.
Yeah, especially with your safety needs. You got OMP, one of the sponsors here.
Yeah, OMP. A lot of drivers wearing their merch and using their systems. I actually have had the pleasure of using their helmets and having a lot of passenger ride-alongs wear them. That's my one that I hand out is an OMP helmet to people to get into the car. So
for sure. And then we have the restart light stop, 7 restart lights over there.
They are so bright.
Yeah.
When Spencer didn't see them, I'm like, how did you not see those yesterday, man?
It's insane. And we have Kenda Tires, another title sponsor here in Taxi Garage. You got people here on the stands, sitting out there enjoying the weather right now.
Weathering the weather.
Yes.
They're wearing it like a coat.
Yeah, wear it like a coat.
Weathering it. Weathering the storm. I'm going to keep pun play up, okay?
We'll keep working on the pun play here as we're getting our guys set up. You're gonna hear them in the background in the bob to get their tires warmed up.
Not something we're going to start again today.
We're going to start it every
So
round.
he has a thing where he likes to do what do you call it again?
The bob.
So that's the burnout box. I would call it the box, but apparently he watches too much F1 and he hears box and he thinks they're pitting. So I'm not kind of sure he's a big Max Verstappen fan. So it's okay. I know you've been following Lewis Hamilton over to Ferrari too. So no, smooth operator is Charles Leclerc, I'm pretty sure. So
smooth operator. Yeah. Well, hopefully these guys are smooth operators going from that. We'll talk about the layout, outer zone 1 to that touch and go. We were seeing a lot of people overcorrect onto outer zone 2.
Yeah, and so they're actually showing outer zone 2 here coming through. So sorry, I don't know why that was hard for me to say. But they actually extended that area for more of a natural flow. So what was happening is it's only about 3 feet, but it makes a huge difference because we were always having to tire off coming through. But to set them up for this next touch and go and to go into your world famous fatal funnel. Where I honestly love the fatal funnel. It's where it gets to stack up, gets a little bit more technical. It's not just 2 big sweepers. It's, hey, we got to shut down, hit a touch and go, come around and actually hit a zone, fill a zone, and then come across the line going straight. So, or not going straight, going sideways. But
and the outer touch and go 1 to outer zone 2, that's definitely a power alley. You said it yesterday too. That's where you put the power on and get that sweeping turn going into that second outer touch and go.
Well, so the zone actually in between there is actually a decel zone.
Yeah, well, that's weird.
So that's what I was going to say. They're coming in with a lot of power.
Yeah.
They're hitting their main, right? Their big sweeper in zone 1. They're coming across to make sure they get the rear onto that touch and go. Then they're decelling to make sure they don't overshoot and of themselves into this K-rail. So you see this diesel zone right there on the screen, actually. That's what's been choking up a lot of drivers in the wet. So we were seeing a lot of drivers either throwing too much angle yesterday or their lead car was composed. Didn't need to accelerate out as fast, held a little bit longer, and it really could choke up some drivers. Just a lot of stuff. But we added that area, and then we're seeing a large charge because this is your power alley sweeper, right? They're coming in, and then they're either drastically slowing down to make sure they can hit that clipping point, that touch and go, or we're seeing that they're just going straight for the door and sitting on them. So it just depends on how wet it is, how dry it is, the driver style. But exciting stuff, and we'll explain more when cars are actually on it so you guys can understand all that.
Yeah, and especially if you see on this screen too, you see the 3, 2, 1. That's the 1 is the last point of initiation. You want to initiate before that. Right here we have the points for the standings. So you have Christian Catrone in the lead by 30 points.
Correct.
Matt Shulman is behind Christian Control. Now
Yes.
you have Tyler Hess. This is really
And he
tight.
was on a ripper yesterday.
This is really tight. It just threw me off guard through a whole loop right here.
You're good.
Tyler Hess and Matt Schulman battling out for second place and possibly first place just by this event. And you got Sasha Ironsides Prospero right there still in the fight, because if he takes it all home these next 2 rounds, he has a possibility of getting first too.
Yeah, no, this isn't a Christian Catrone's run away with it situation. Now, currently he is murdering it, right? He's got great standings. He's been doing great placements, and he is a very large points leader. Matt Schulman right there on his tailpipe, though, coming for him. And then Tyler Hess, the judges even said he looks like he's going to take the seeding bracket. He was on an absolute tear yesterday, putting some of the best runs, and we actually got to see him go against Sasha. And Tyler Hess and Sasha, some of the meanest drivers out there right now. Like, they're absolutely killing it. Christian Catrone doesn't even know that he is not competing every practice lap. He's in people's, door. But Matt Schulman coming out, figuring out the track too, and if he can hold it together, he's got a real big chance too.
Well,
so.
you're looking. If we're talking about the top 5 right now, and it doesn't mean that the rest of the drivers out here aren't worthy enough to be in the top 5, just points wise, but. Marcio Jr. yesterday was insane.
Yep.
He was fantastic. Eric was one of the most exciting chase runs we saw yesterday when he went from the outer touch and go 2, and he got right to the door and held it.
Yeah.
And it was,
so the other car kind of like threw a lot of angle, and it was in the wet, and they just didn't have that snappy transition that the judges were kind of looking for. But in that wet, it's not really going to happen. You're going to over-rotate.
Yep.
And he said, well, I'm going to fill this entire space with my car. And he just sat there, and he allowed the car to rotate, and then he just went right back in. So.
And over here in this standings here, you see 2 prospect drivers. You have Colette Davis and Louis Lance.
Yep, and they're sitting actually right next to each other in the 7 and 8 position. Not surprisingly, they're up in the mix. Now, from my understanding, Colette had a lot of big changes she's doing on. She was testing her car out. She had that big wreck in Pro, so she was able to go ahead and come out here. Louis right now is actually in his demo car. So he rolled it off the trailer, didn't even get any practice, and he went for it yesterday in seating.
He told me yesterday he actually got here 5 minutes before the cutoff. He was at dyno with his demo car, got caught in the rain. They all had to undress from the rain because they were soaked, and then they got everybody and the car in the trailer got here just in time. He suited up, jumped on the track, and he was ready to go.
Hey, sometimes that's drifting. I don't know any other sport that's that. We are the most last-minute sport possible.
And we talked about Pedro Signini. Pedro Signini earlier. He's one of the newer faces of the U.S. Drift Circuit. He's in top 10. Like, it's awesome to see these new drivers come out here and put out a show and compete. Now, most of these times here, some of the fans that go to a Pro-Am series, they're not familiar with these faces. You go to a Formula Drift, if you're very enthusiastic with it, you know every driver, most of the drivers that are out there. Now, talking about drifting, if you've never seen drifting before, each driver has 1 lap on the lead and 1 lap in the chase. Depending on their positioning on the seating, they are leading first or chasing. So we're going into how the layout is. The first battle we have here is going to be Eric Noguera versus Pedro Signini. So Eric is sitting in 13th, Pedro is on 9th. Now, when we're looking at the future battles here, Louis Lance, Tom Mermanad, Jackson Webb, Paulo Mota on the left side of the bracket. Now we have Marcelo Zalpa versus Marcio Jr., which they've actually battled yesterday, which was an insane battle. And next you have Andreas Messner, Matt Schulman. Matt Schulman is needing to win this battle so he can stay in the fight for the championship. Christian Controne also has a battle against Vincent Toledo for top 32. So this is going to be anybody's ball game today. Now we got our first battle getting squared up in the bob, getting the tires scrubbed, waiting for them to roll up to the line.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure why, but our monitor is clicking in and out, so trying to get that figured out right now. But we're going to be coming in. Sorry, I've been a little bit quieter here. But looks like we're going to get a sight lap in from John Temple.
John Temple.
Unless this is a buy run. So we are, I believe, having them perform buy runs.
Yep, there's a buy run right there. John Temple has been struggling all day with this car. John Temple going through the fatal funnel there.
So yeah, you were saying I actually had seen him do pretty well in practice today.
So
I hadn't seen him really having any issues.
Yesterday he was crab walking, which is basically like slow drifting, right?
When it got wet, yeah, no, absolutely.
So
he actually just stopped the
today,
car.
yeah, today when I was in his pits, I think he was having an issue with the toe of his car.
Okay.
One tire was actually having more toe than the other.
Interesting.
So
okay.
that's what he was kind of figure out and trying to get adjusted. The pit guys, the guys in the pit crew, they've been working on it. I saw them measure it out. It's actually cool. Like you've been in that scenario where you measure your toe and get everything.
Of course.
I have very few opportunities to do it. As a commentator, I always go in a pit. I usually have a conversation with the driver, and I don't see them fixing the car, you know.
Right.
Sitting in John Temple's pit, I just saw him put out the measurements and get everything situated.
So on that last run, you can see this is very patchy. You see that duller, blacker line there, where it's a little bit more reflective. Obviously, there's water standing there. So he was already a little offline, just didn't have the grip that he was looking for. But then once he did go off track a little bit, it just definitely decided to spin him around.
Yeah.
He can finish his run, though, but it was a bye run, so he's going to move on. But we got tires getting warmed up here off, and you said, who was it? It's coming up?
It should be Eric Noguera and Pedro Signini battling out, but I believe...
Yep, there's Pedro. So Pedro is one of those guys that I was just saying, he literally, talk about last minute, that car arrived right before practice, 30 minutes before.
Oh, really?
It just came from the dyno. It just came from them as well. He has a brand new LS in there. He has nitrous on it as well. He has not yet used the nitrous, so that's exciting. Oh, I love the graphics. Eric, though, coming through, new liveried car, but same power plant, not a whole lot of changes from what I understand. But even in the same chassis, going from 300-something horsepower to, I believe he's closer now to 5-something, maybe 6, I don't know. That's a drastic change. He literally was telling me all last night, it's a monster, Dustin, it's a monster. So it was a good time.
Eric, his conversations, we always like to have a good time.
Well, that was Pedro telling me it was a monster.
Oh, really?
But, yeah. So
what is going on here?
Sight lap?
Sight lap, yep.
So same thing that just happened to John Temple just happened again to Pedro. So Pedro hits that little slick spot and it just spins the car. Looks like Eric's figured it out though. Kind of.
It's so crazy how resilient you have to be in drifting.
Oh,
so insane.
You're not down and out until the run is over.
and it goes into the fact of actually being a driver here, and like you're the weather. And Christian Control mentioned it to me earlier, and I mentioned it earlier in the stream how you're expecting the worst, and then all of a sudden you have better conditions now, but now you have to.
Well, I think this is the biggest worst case scenario for most of these drivers right now. It is just gotten to the point where it is almost completely dry. But they are finding, sorry, I'm just hearing some conversation over here. So yeah, it's patchy. You know, they're going to hit that front tire on some spots where all of a sudden now that section's going to be rotating out. We're seeing Pedro hopefully figure it out. Hey, he needs to not dive so deep into that zone. Try to sit just on the line and come around. But he's going to be off in the lead position, I believe, here.
Yep, he's going to be in the lead. And we were talking. I was talking to other drivers too. During the rain, that lead position, you are super gripped up because of how the track is laid out with these grip racers compared to the chase position. That's why you saw a lot of gapping yesterday. Now we're going to see these two drivers get situated.
Maybe we're going to see.
Yeah. We're going to see the drivers get situated here. Pedro Signini versus Eric the Fireball Noguera. And FLYDAY Drones is getting out there to get himself situated.
Yep, and so now we will have drone, and the judges do have playback off this drone footage and off of the other camera angles, so they are going to be reviewing that. The judges have probably one of the hardest jobs out here judging this very, very judged sport.
Yeah, so for people at home, drifting is a judged sport, and they have 3 judges up there. You have them watching every bit of the lap to see who had a better lead, who had a better chase for both of the laps. Sometimes people don't agree with them. Sometimes it's just a miscommunication.
Right.
But
well, they're going to be judging off 3 factors.
Yeah.
Which, well, here, actually, we're going to go into this.
Pedro Segnini in the lead. First battle of the day. Eric Noguera in the chase with that Chevy Corvette. Pedro Segnini going into that first outer zone. You see Eric Noguera a little bit shallow in the line and trying to read Pedro Segnini as he hits that touch and go, missing it, but now transitioning to outer zone 2. A huge correction from the lead driver. First to outer zone 2 to outer touch and go 2. Into the fatal funnel here. Eric Noguera angling up, giving him room for the transition to the final outer zone. And Pedro Segnini a little bit off. Looks like 2 tires inside of that outer zone.
Yeah, no, kind of difficult from the angle that I had to see the 2 tire. I'm not sure if you were looking at the drone or what we were looking at, but we're going to go on this replay here. Great entry from Pedro coming through, barely into the zone, but in the zone.
Yeah.
Large cut and line there to try to match that angle. Misses the touch and go there, coming around and maybe in the zone for some of that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to see if he's in those zones or not, but it looks like he gets that last touch and go and then comes through. But Eric trying to go ahead and get that space, trying to show that he's there and really just diving in on him. So doing a lot there for him. We're going to go ahead and switch positions here now.
Here we go. We got them switching sides here. Pedro Segnini.
Yeah, coming on through.
Chase.
I can get this one for you. So Eric's going to be in the lead with a nice little flick coming in. Pedro with a nice dive coming up, trying to close some of that proximity, but having to cut angle in line on that one, trying to get that proximity up. Going through, getting the touch and go just barely, but still getting in there. Coming around to the second outer zone. Pedro putting on the pressure, absolutely chasing down Eric right now. Coming through to the fatal funnel on that touch and go. Transitioning, we're going to see another big dive here from Pedro, and he does put a smoke show on. Eric's trying to run away from him, but Pedro not letting him make some noise for these drivers out here. Pedro going sideways across the final line. We're going to go see what the judges thought about that one.
Oh, man. Pedro, all I got to do is 5 letters, 1 word, doors out of outer zone 2. Man, oh, man, I want to see this, how exciting it was. Pedro surges in really hard and then dives into the pocket right there on outer zone 2, going into that touch and go 2. And then he gives him room, gives him nice room. He knows he's going to have to transitions to outer zone 3. Beautiful fill out from Eric Noguera. There's a little bit of a bobble in the chase, but
a little bit of a bobble, and also he was predicting a quicker transition.
Yep.
Eric really did a later transition on that than most drivers have been. Pedro's like, oh my goodness, and gave him the space. That way he could go ahead and transition in and get on those, you called them doors. So definitely love to see these 2 drivers putting work together. The judges are going to have a hard decision. They're going to be going against lead to lead, chase to chase, going off a couple factors. They're going to be going off of lead angle. They're going to be going off of chase angle. They're going to be going off style. Everything you could imagine, they're looking at it, right? If you think it's appealing, it's probably the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see there's not a lot of proximity there, but he is trying to match that angle while going ahead and still getting into the zone. He does actually miss the touch and go too, so at the beginning there. So I didn't see that, but then you see that nice charge, and he just keeps inching in. Little charges, gives him the space, expecting him to power back out and transition sooner, but he doesn't, and then gets in him on that last zone as well. So with that being said, we're going to get the point now. The judges just made a decision for Eric, the Fireball Noguera. I had to steal the line from you, buddy. He's going to go ahead and be moving on out of the top 32. Pedro putting all the work and energy in there. We are going to see so much out of this driver. He is the youngest driver out there currently. We do have younger. Darren is actually helping with the crew right now. He's the youngest driver in the series right now. But we're going to go ahead and see about getting possibly an interview with Eric here after this next run with our 2 upcoming drivers.
Yeah, we have our next drivers going to be coming up. I believe this might be a buy run, but we're waiting for the confirmation. Zach Chin has a buy run as well. So on the top 16 battle, so far we got Harry Spencer versus Eric the Fireball Noguera. Then it's going to be John Temple versus Zach Chen. And now Hayden Williams is sitting by to figure out who's going to be going up. And it looks like Zach Chin is right here with a broken wrist, coming out here to try to compete. Looking like he's trying to feel out the track. We're gonna let him rock it through with that Ford Mustang.
So is he on a buy run then, or is this a warm-up lap? So is this a buy run that we're looking at?
It's a buy run right here.
Just making sure.
John Temple did his buy run. Zach Chin is doing his buy run. So we're talking in the driver's briefing that we're going to be.
So we're going to have Hayden Williams also do a buy run here, I believe, as well.
So with the driver's meeting, they were saying, hey, we're going to do sight laps. If you have a buy run on the top 32,
that counts as your
that counts as your sight lap.
Yep.
So you have Hayden Williams out here doing a great job as well yesterday.
And then after that, hopefully we'll be able to jump over to Eric, because I do see he's ready for an interview. So hopefully after this one here, we'll go ahead and jump over there.
That thing is planted.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments, though. You see him going in for a lot of handbrake and stuff like that. Deciding to go for a little 360 at the end there. Love to see it. A little bit of flair. I don't think that we're lined up yet, so I think we should be able to go to Eric for an interview.
With El Jefe.
All righty, microphone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. I am over here with Eric, one step closer. Tell us about that run, man.
Yeah, it's fun. It's drying up there. You know, it's being put together again.
Oh, looks like we're having technical difficulties with that.
Just trying to.
No.
It's just there's a lot of metal over there, so it eats up the signal.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, brother.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and try to figure out why we weren't able to hear that interview there and try to get that mic sorted out. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get these drivers heating up their tires over here. Who do we got moving on up now?
It's going to be Louis Lons versus Tom Mermanod.
So Louis Lons has decided to run the Chiron, correct? He took that out, so I don't know what he was fixing on the car, but something obviously, but it sounds like I could hear it rolling by over there. So, but on that replay, you can see right here where he stops the car, does a big handbrake again, and then accelerates in. Obviously getting his tires wet there, making the decision to go ahead and throw a little 360. Missing the zones, but you know what? At least he got a chance to feel that out. So now he knows, go a little bit deeper on that one. You filled in your second zone. You know, looks like you grabbed a touch and go here. Yep, perfect. That
looks like Paolo Mota. And it's going to be Jackson Webb. So
I'm going to go, and not in a mean way. It is just the loudest car out here. So I'm going to make sure to cover one of my ears.
So this is Jackson Webb, Paolo Mota. Louis Lons was having some car difficulties yesterday. He was staying late working on it, trying to figure out what's going on. But here we go. Paolo Mota in the lead here, doing the sight lap.
So for everybody that's watching, obviously we see him slipping and sliding out here. We are going based off the conditions of the track if they have changed. So that's where we're giving a sight lap out here. When they were driving, it was completely wet. It is now patchy and semi-dry. So we're allowing the drivers to get one test lap in. Best show and we want all the competitors out here to have a real chance at, putting the best lap together possible. Looks like we've got a lot of cones that need to get fixed out here, so all the track staffs are running out there. And I'm not sure if you guys were even able to hear me during that or not, but, you know, definitely the loudest straight pipe car out here.
Man, Paolo Mota just wants to hurt everybody's hearing with that car. It's
We're going
insane.
to harp on it, apparently.
Yeah, he's fun to watch with that car. There he is. Is that El Jefe?
Yeah, it might be.
It's there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was working. It's just when he puts it inside the car with all that metal, and I tried to hold it to give him the stuff, but have him roll just the cars as forward as possible. He was doing better yesterday.
Okay. Jackson Webb in the Chase Chevy Corvette. Paolo Mota in the Ford Mustang. American muscle battle here. Chevy versus Ford.
Ford versus Ferrari?
What?
What? Look at that big smile. That's a man that knows he's going to blow my eardrums out.
Yeah. What is hearing? So here we go. The lights are getting ready.
It's crazy how small the Corvette looks compared to the SN95 Mustangs. They are big cars out there.
Here he comes. Paolo Mota going in for that initiation to that first outer zone, getting that right to angle, and now using a shallow angle. Look at
locking
the
it up.
understeer from Jackson Webb, but Paolo Mota does need to complete a lap here so he could get this all the way through. Just because Jackson Webb behind that much, Paolo Mota cannot zero this lap. Going through the final outer zone here, able to kick it up. Jackson Webb is able to trail behind. Huge understeer on that first outer zone.
Yeah, I was just about to say, on the entry there, it doesn't look like he let the rear end get out enough, and then he got concerned, locked up the brakes while at full angle, and just plowed into the outfield there. Looks like a tour of destruction with all the points that were destroyed, both sides even. So, and I'm just hearing over the radio. Let me get so Lewis Lands is now bowing out of competition. We saw him on the Chiron earlier. We were making the joke that he was going to go electric, but it looks like he is having a large car issue, bowing out. Now, he wants to come out here and get the practice time. He loves drifting. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Obviously, he holds a license. I know that he's getting ready for, I think, next weekend with his pro car. So we're going to see him on the TV with FD. So I'm sure you guys can tune in next week and see that. Speaking of tuning into other events,
you got Hot Pit Auto Fest. It's also a ProAm series, and you have the Gambler series in New Jersey.
Clutch Kickers.
And Clutch Kickers
as
well.
Yeah, so all of them have live streams, tons of drifting. If you want to watch drifting, it's on almost every weekend, some part of the country. We've actually partnered together because grassroots drifting, letting everybody know about all the events is the most important thing possible with the sport, is to grow it. So make sure you guys are out there. I actually get to participate in the Clutch Kicker series right now. Yeah. So that's very cool. Hearing some...
There's the roar of American muscle. Jackson Webb in the lead. Paolo Mota in the chase. Jackson Webb going in with a nice initiation to that first outer zone. Being smooth and consistent. Going all the way through. Trying to see if he could get that touch and go. One tire off right before that touch and go. Transitioning to outer zone 2. Locking in the angle. Putting the power on. Surging into the pocket. Staying right there. Here comes the fatal funnel. A huge surge forward in the pocket for Paolo Mota. And he's going into the transition to the outer zone 3. Jackson Webb going out there to filling out each zone. And Paolo Mota over there reaching over to his ding Spotify playlist and changing it.
Yeah, probably one of the best runs I've seen him do.
That was insane.
Probably one of the best runs I've seen Paolo do in the chase position. Not saying that he hasn't been putting it together all week with practicing and stuff like that, but in these conditions, he put on the best clinic he could with that.
Oh, yeah.
So the judges are going to obviously go ahead and make a determination there.
That was insane. I loved how aggressive he was from outer touch and go too into that fatal funnel, and he was sticking it to it, waiting for that transition, and then just hucked it right back into the door.
Yeah, no. Great. With those kind of performances, I'm okay with it being loud.
Yeah.
It's okay. They make fun of all the Z's all day, every day for the VQ noises. So over on the Clutch Kickers live stream, they're not very nice to us VQ guys. As you guys saw, there was a puff of smoke earlier. I just want to let you guys know that wasn't a car that got damaged. I just saw a questionnaire on that one. That's actually the flour that is laid down on certain sections of the track we are not allowed to paint. This is a active racetrack. This isn't a skid pad somewhere. So we can't just paint it up a whole bunch. So I think I'm going to let you announce this one real quick.
And Paolo Mota gets the win and moves on with that Ford Mustang, doing a great job there on the lead and chase.
Absolutely. And it looks like the track staff's gotten the track figured out, so the Corvette's going to go out first. That way we can possibly get a conversation with Paolo over here in the SN95 and see what he thinks. Now, we are going to let the first battle go through here. Oh my goodness, there is at least 80 people here to watch just Paolo, apparently. Is he from Brazil?
That is a good question.
Because that's the kind of fandom I see out of Brazil a lot. I'm not knocking it at all. They love that stuff.
They are very passionate.
Passionate people. They're out here to support each other. So we got Tom Merman coming on in, and he is in a nicely liveried car, actually done over, I believe it's like my Tampa Bay Auto Wraps. So, yep, there it is on the logo right there. Really cool company out there in Tampa. I know WOW really helps us a lot with our stuff too out here. They're actually the ones that makes our banners and all that kind of stuff. So tons of great people. Orlando, all over the place, love to help you out, and I believe that they are out here driving with Eric, I believe. But with that being said, let's see another Corvette go around the track. Big entry coming on in, putting in a lot of power, definitely finding the grip coming in here. Almost slipping out a little bit and eating some pylons out here for that touch and go. So go ahead and setting the tire just on that sweeper for the second zone. Getting over and finding that touch and go number 2, filling this third outer zone. Hopefully, he actually takes it a little shallow, but he is on a by run, and it doesn't look like he wanted to run over the pylon, so I think that was a driver decision.
Tom Merman out there just smiles. Even in the pits, he's smiling.
With that being said, let's go ahead and jump over for that interview real quick since we got a second.
Yeah.
All right, back again. Here we go, man. Tell us about that run.
Yes, I make a lot of mistake, but I pass. Now, next lap, excited. It is what it is.
So a couple mistakes, but you still made it over here, man. You excited about it?
Yes, excited.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well, best of luck. All right. He's pumped. Making it happen in the rain, everybody. Back to you.
Tell him tudo bom, tudo bem next time. Ask him how he's doing in there in Portuguese. He'll understand. So, yeah, I think that's one of the Brazilian groups out there because I got to talk to him a little bit earlier. My Portuguese is not very good, but I do enjoy some picanha, so definitely find my way to the dinner table. But we got our boy Tyler Hess coming on up here, and he has figured this car out this weekend, finding more grip and more speed than we've been seeing. He's going to come in here and show us. Look at this big initiation, just throwing it in, putting it down, and oh no. Getting a little too saucy out there, a little too wide, I guess. He didn't like that grip, and as soon as I up-talk somebody, they spin. So maybe that's an announcer's curse on that one. But he has been absolutely killing it. He looked like he was going to be the one that ran away with the seating bracket. Just came a lot short and ended up getting in the 4th place position in seating yesterday. But the car's been going hard, and the driver's going harder.
Tyler Hess doing a great job out there throughout the seating bracket yesterday. It seems like he just slipped up a little bit and caught.
Well, you're going from grip to nothing.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's a line of water sitting there. You make an inch wrong decision, and you're going to just spin the car.
Yep.
So
here we go. We're going to be moving on to our next battle. Marcelo Zaupa versus Marcio Jr.
Okay.
We seen them battle yesterday. They're going to get situated. Marcio Jr. is going to be in the lead. Marcelo Zaupa is going to be in the chase.
So the Zaupa car is actually a build from, I believe, Collette Davis. So he actually offered that car up. How much of a team spirit he has. He offered that car up. You see the pink roll cage still inside there with the neon. To another competitor when their car broke before he was able to complete practice. They ended up figuring out another car, but they're going to be on a sight lap here.
Yeah.
Going on a big old entry. And we'll kind of let them do their thing. If there's anything that stands out, we'll make sure to tell you guys about it. You know, like him spinning on track.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, both of them just repeating it. So Zappa probably made that decision, obviously, to not run into his boy out there, but
it's going from track surface to end. From what I'm seeing,
it looks like we're taking an auto course line.
It's so unfortunate for these guys because these cars were tuned up for the rain, and now they're having some struggles here when it's dried up now.
Well, it's not even that they're just dried up; it's patchy.
Yeah.
So the track surface itself, yes, is dry, but you got puddles right off the edge of it. So that's going to be a difficult one. Trying to touch.
Marcio Jr.
Try not to touch the table because it works, then we shake it and it doesn't work.
It's looks like Marcio Jr. is going to be leading in this battle. Got track staff fixing the cones that they knocked over.
Okay, don't touch the table. All right.
Marcio Jr. been a proven competitor here at US Drift Circuit.
Yep, and he wants nothing more than to be interviewed under that little red line tent over there saying that he got the win. So we're pretty excited for both of them. Obviously, the conditions on track are difficult. We're just getting confirmation because of the track difficulties. They are going to also be giving them sight laps in 16 as well.
Here we go. Marcio Jr. in the lead. Marcelo Zalpa in the chase with the Chevy Corvette. Marcio Jr. coming in with a nice initiation, going to that first outer zone. And here comes Marcio all the way through. A little bit shallow towards the end of outer zone 1. Now going to the outer touch and go. Marcelo Zalpa is struggling to try to keep that proximity, trying to reel it in as possible. Marcio Jr. being nice fluid throughout outer zone 2 into that outer touch and go to. And transitioning to the final outer zone, hitting that all the way through. Look at Zalpa now surging forward, almost overshooting him.
So Zalpa there cut a lot amount of line there to get that proximity at the end, especially at the final there. But you can see him throwing a little bit more angle. The water tries to grab him a little bit, but he stays on that angle, matching him through that in there. And he's doing the same thing he's been doing, where he's cutting the line and he's overshooting that driver, or almost overshooting, having to go on the brakes to go ahead and slow down. Here you see him do it again, charge, and as soon as he comes off power, the car falls backwards. So here you can see he just decides, I'm going to cut this whole corner out over here to try to match. And that's when he goes and passes him there. So lead car put it where it needs to be for the most part. Really didn't see anything crazy. Looks like he got into this zone here. Yep, just filled the zone all the way through. Kind of did that little splash out area that's there where that transition from track surface to the paddock surface is, like you were talking about. But grabbing the zones, grabbing the touch and goes. Good lead run.
Yeah, it was. And now we're going to see Zalpa in the lead with the Chevy Corvette. Marcio Jr. in the chase.
Yeah, Zalpa, I think what we're going to see is him come out strong, fill those zones, and honestly might even get some space. I'm not sure if there's a big power difference between the two or if it was just the line that he was cutting that was looking to make it look that way. But, no, definitely going to be a good run here.
There we go. Waiting for the lights to extinguish for these drivers to kick it off for the second half of this battle. Marcelo Zalpa and the Corvette underneath the Drift HQ, one of our sponsors here at US Drift Circuit. Marcelo coming in here with the Chevy Corvette. Nice initiation, more straight line compared to the other drivers, but getting into outer zone 1 and then falling out at the end of outer zone 1. Huge angle, missing that touch and go, and then transitioning to the outer zone 2. Outer zone 2. Marcio Jr. gives him room. And Zalpa is trying to hit that touch and go 2 into his fatal funnel. Marcio Jr. doing a good job keeping composure from behind to stay right close proximity towards the end of this lap.
Wow, that car is insanely fast.
Oh, yeah.
Zalpa getting in line here, and I really want to see where this looks like he's almost over-angled. And, yeah, so he cuts line, and that angle and power saves it. He almost over-rotated there. Well, he did over-rotate, but he made the correction to save it. Chase car doing an amazing job to find space. the S14 coming through. And, oh, they are giving it to him, actually. So how do you pronounce his name exactly?
Marcio Jr.
Marcio Jr. I just heard Pikachu on the radio, so I wasn't quite sure.
I can see why they say Pikachu is the livery, but
what's funny is the other car was yellow, so I was a little confused there.
And here we go. We have our next battle here. Andres Messner versus Matt Schulman. Andres Messner was struggling all practice today.
Struggling, shooting an AK-47 while driving, you know, trying to make the most of it. And he's going against, you said Matt Schulman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Two
rough day.
very cool colors, though. Dark, you know, with a similar kind of livery almost. Pretty exciting stuff to see this going at each other. Andres has really been trying to put this program together. He's been making all the changes he can and driving. He's putting in the seat time. We're going to see him coming up through the ranks here soon.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going to be going against somebody right now that has, I think, the program, the car, the skill to really put on a good fight. So seeing him in the lead right now, we're going to see Matt Schulman having to make a decision. Do I go ahead and go as hard as I can, put it on his door the whole way in case he's going to come at me and do the same? Or does he say, I need to play this a little bit safe just in case with this water and everything else that's going on if he does have a spin or something else like that? And that's something that every driver is thinking right now. I'm just bringing it up in this one instance because we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, it's, one thing I do like to bring up towards the end of the series is the championship mentality, like with Tanner Fouts and you got Sam Houbinet. They bring up the point like a top 32, they're not going straight 100%. They're going about 80, maybe 70, and then they're just amping it up every battle they go up.
And when you have a car that can do that, that's great.
Yeah.
But Messner can't.
No.
He needs to go 100% right now. He knows he do.
Yeah.
He knows he do is
He
what I
knows he
just
do.
said. He knows he do. I know when I'm in those situations when you're looking at a lower power car, that they're going 100% every time.
Oh, yeah.
So the champion mentality, you start blurring because now does the car in the program have the legs for that? Or is it you? Or now how are you going to get it there? Spencer yesterday, that's a street car that he turned into a comp car. You know, and he's out here, he just got #1 in seating.
Yeah.
You know, he literally said, I didn't expect to be here. I'm excited to be here. I want to be here. But I didn't think it was going to happen right now. And it's really cool that he got that win. Now, you need a lot of things to fall into place, which is, you know, luck is really important. I'd rather be lucky than right. But let's go ahead and watch them on these sight laps out here, and you guys can see what I'm talking about with that AK-47.
Oh, my God.
Backfiring.
Laying down suppression fire on outer zone 1.
Yep. Doing a great job, though. Better than we just saw in the last few practice laps here. Oh, looks like Matt Schulman having a little bit of an issue. So they're finishing up their sight lap right now. I'm going to go to the battle.
Now you notice the difference of track because now you're seeing more smoke from the tires. Earlier we weren't seeing as much, and we just got dusted at outer zone 2.
Yeah, I was just about to say this is the first time I've had any dusting today. As a dustin, you know, it's appreciated.
Wow, that was a really good pun. I liked it.
You liked that one.
I liked that one.
Okay.
That was solid. I don't think you meant to do that too.
It just naturally, you know, the best puns are natural. So
that was a solid. That was a solid Dustin.
Oh, man. So they're going to line up now, and I think that Matt Schulman, in that, I'm a little concerned. I'm not quite sure what was going on with his car. I'm not sure why he shut down in the middle of that run there. But we're going to go ahead and see. Sorry, we got some things being changed over here in our ears and stuff like that, so it takes us a second to process all the info we got. But it sounds like they're launching over here.
Yeah, they're spooling up, getting ready. Here comes Andreas Messner in the lead. Matt Schulman in the chase. Andreas Messner going to that first outer zone. Oh, he goes so far off track. Wow, was not expecting that.
Which is so unfortunate. We just saw him put down a great, lap right before where he was testing out the track. Matt Schulman taking the time to go ahead and take advantage and complete his run, even though as a chase car he was obviously impeded and followed the lead car as best he could. But doesn't look like there's a problem with the car now, so can't wait to see this next battle. You got to know Messner's in his head right now. Not excited about that. I think he just felt very comfortable with the thing. He probably went a little bit easier on his little sight lap and went, oh, wow, the grip is there. Let's full send it. And it's just not there yet. And this is why this patchy concrete is really dangerous.
Man, he flew into outer zone.
Yeah, so watching this, he's just initiates, right? So we see a good initiation getting in there, but he touches the outside where all that water is and just goes. And you can see Matt Schulman following him. You go, wow, Matt Schulman went off track too. Well, of course, he's chasing. Yeah. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to follow him.
That lead car is a moving clipping point for that chase car. So
in lead car, we trust. We chase him into walls all the time.
Here we go. Oh, man. Now we have them switching sides. Andres Messner is going to be in the chase. And you see Matt Schulman.
We're going to see him. I think we're going to see him transition nice and hard. We're going to see him come through and initiate as late as possible, trying to get as close to Matt Schulman so Matt Schulman doesn't have a chance to get away from him. And he's going to try to stick to him and try to show the judges and force, hopefully, Matt Schulman to make a mistake. That, you know,
it's so hard. It's so hard to force a lead driver to make a mistake because they're not looking behind you. But if you have a loud enough car, especially Andreas Messner with that AK popping, you'll know he's on your door.
Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe that's what he told the tuner. He's like, I want to go ahead and take some shots at these drivers. And he took it literally.
There we go. Matt Schulman in the lead, coming in with a nice little feint initiation.
Big dive, like I was saying.
To the first outer zone. Oh, Andreas Messner is able to kind of save that drift there. He falls offline. And look at Matt Schulman coming in here. Top class driver. Andres Messner is trying to reel him in and keep the proximity. Here comes the fatal funnel. Matt Schulman does a great job at going into the outer zone 3. And man, oh man, a struggle for Andres Messner here.
Messner, you can see it even through the window. You can see him moving his hands a lot, really trying to save it right here in that first zone even, and throughout the whole drive, he is moving that wheel around. You can see it going through. He starts to shove it up on him right there. So, you know, watching the run, he does do a great job matching line here. Great transition. Tries to get a little dive in to go through. We're going to get the point here for Matt Schulman getting the win, taking on Messner. The AK wasn't enough to take him out. It wasn't enough to take him out, but it wasn't enough to take my eardrums out. Oh, I can feel that in my spine.
The Schulmanator moving into the hot seat as we're getting ready for our next battle here.
The red line hot seat.
All right, we have Carlos Santos doing his buy run here.
I see Carlos in the chute. So they're on the track lining. Do we want to shoot over for a quick interview with him real quick? We've got a few seconds.
Alrighty, man. I know that you're in a rush. Your car's a little bit hot. Tell us how that went real quick.
It went by real fast, but the track really sucks right now for everyone. It's like super hooked up or super wet, and you got to know how to drive it a certain way. So I'm doing my best and having fun. That's it.
All right, man. We'll let this thing go cool down, bro. Good luck the rest of the day.
He's over there in the literal.
You heard it there, everybody. Track is sticky in some spots and it's slippery in others, so it's a challenge out there. Back to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. And yeah, no, you can hear it in his voice, and he said it quite frankly. The track is rough. You know, quite literally in the hot seat to his car, trying to get it cooled down. You know, with the big going off there, it was a little bit easier for the judges there just to, you know, go through on the judging, doing their job a little bit easier because they didn't have to watch a whole run. But, you know, Matt Schulman out here to play, wants to go ahead and go for the big win.
And you have Carlos Santos, the wholesome moment of the year yesterday, with him giving a shout out to his wife, his pit crew, and everything. I told him that was the most fun interview I've experienced besides Harry Spencer's interview. But Carlos Santos, such a heartwarming person. He's out here with the family to shred his tires. Let's see how his car talks. That was a solid run.
Wasn't a bad run. I think he's gonna, take down some notes and go in and factor in the fact that it's probably gonna be drier when he comes back out. The sun is out right now. It's the first time we've really seen it all day. So if you guys haven't been drinking water or haven't put on sunscreen or aren't wearing a hat, definitely start doing so. This concrete gets nice and hot and reflects right back into your face. So even if you're undercover, you will still get burnt. I already feel it under this tent right now because I'm a porcelain-skinned individual, and I'm super prone to getting all red. So look out after you guys' selves. I know you guys at home and participating. Get into the live chat, start the conversation, share it on your guys' devices. You can always give them a follow. Right now, Savio the Smoke Daddy coming on out, and I think he'll produce some smoke. Look at that. Sitting right on it, getting on the throttle. Finding the line, no problem. Just barely missing out on that last zone, but feeling real comfortable. That is a car that has gone through everything this weekend. A new clutch. It just blew a head gasket, and they got that thing fixed in less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, goodness gracious, they are going through it, but they are figuring it out.
Savio, one of the very more soft spoken when you're in the pits. You have a good conversation with him, but the loudest energy in the track.
He's always wearing great crazy socks. If he's not announcing or wanting to drive or cooking, he's doing everything in drifting. What do you mean?
Yeah. So
here we go. The People's Champ coming up too from round one. You remember that?
Yeah. Nathaniel Jordan.
Yep, got to sit down with Nathaniel yesterday for a little while. He actually got to say, hey, I remember you commentating me when I first started driving this. You had some nice things to say. And I was like, hey, I'm up here to tell you what I see. My job is to as articulately describe what I'm seeing with the amount of knowledge that I have in this sport. Same as you. You know, after doing this for a long time, it's not really that I am disliking a driver or picking on a driver if I'm saying these things that seem nitpicky. That is our job.
Yeah.
We're trying to let you guys know what the judges are doing as well. So we're trying to have these guys do something that is very difficult perfectly. It's not made to be easy. They're trying to show their skill as a driver, and that's what we're trying to see out here. And he right now, one of the most skilled drivers out here, making something happen with a no power adder, little V6, I think.
He's out there just putting it out there and just having a good time. When we saw him in Left City, yeah, he was a People's Champion. He was one of the guys that was super aggressive with what he had.
Top 8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the great thing too is that Left City, it was a very similar track to Gambler, a little bit kind of adjusted for the power plants that everybody has, so average horsepower, so they could get the right line going through. But this guy was out there. They would adjust the line or adjust the clipping zones, and he's like, all right, I'm about to hit this. So we got the next battle here coming up. It's going to be Christian Catrone versus Vincent Toledo. Christian Catrone. Christian, the Heartbreak Kid Catrone.
Yeah, Catrone are number 1 right now in the points, and he's going to show you why here.
Oh, yeah. He's the type of guy, and you see he has a media guy over there in the background. Christian Catrone has a very, very aggressive and focused attitude. So whenever he's out here, okay, so we have Christian Catrone, Vincent Toledo. He's going to be
Can you guys please mute yourself? Please.
situated here. Vincent Toledo had a struggle yesterday. He had to take a 5-minute. They're doing their sight laps. And I know their spotters are going to be talking about it, especially Christian Catrone's spotters. He's going to tell them where he needs adjustment here.
Christian Catrone's team is on point, I will say. Some of the best spotters in the game for him right now. Big team behind him, and look what he's able to do with that. I know big sponsors have come on board in the last couple of years, and he's making us proud. He's putting it together right now, and he's trying to just go ahead and go for a 3P here. Wanting to go ahead and get on the podium again and get those points locked up. And then he wants to go for a victory lap at OSW.
So with the great thing too is with how the spotter for Christian Control, and I had the opportunity to talk to him previously. He has a notepad, and he has like a tablet, and he records everything that's going on, so he could study it not only on the day, but previous days for the next rounds. And right now, seeing how Vincent Toledo, he killed it on his sight lap. The spotter is going to be like, he put on a really good run, so you might have to stick it to the door on the chase.
Well, they don't just have notes on the track. So something that when I got to hang around FD for a little while, a couple seasons, and there's people that are way more experienced than I ever will, but they have notes on everything. They have documents. Hey, what gear ratio are we on? What were our temps like? What were the issues that we ran into at this track specifically? Hey, we're doing this layout. How did this respond? Okay, we need to set the caster and the rebound and all this other stuff. And there's just so many little details that you don't really think about when you're actually watching them do it. But all of these guys are pretty much rocking quick changes or changing gear ratios in between battles, so or not battles, but events.
Here we go, Christian Catrone in the lead, coming in with a nice initiation. Look at Vincent Toledo being super aggressive right off the rip, getting right into the pocket. And now Christian Catrone is right here, getting to the outer zone too. A huge correction from the chase from Vincent Toledo, but now transitioning into the pocket of Christian Catrone. That line aggressive. Now here comes Christian Catrone into his fatal funnel.
Oh my
huge
goodness.
angle up from the chase driver as Christian Catrone is going to the outer zone 3 and completing the lap. Vincent Toledo in the chase was super aggressive.
Vincent, the most aggressive chase I've seen all day. What an amazing job. One thing that I actually struggle with too, he stayed in the pocket just a little too long on the second zone, going to that touch and go, and it made him do that large, exaggerated motion, which allowed Christian to move. But we see he accelerates, he falls back, but then he says, oh, I'm going to dive right back in on this transition, coming through into the second zone, perfectly mirroring him, and still finding time and space to get closer to Christian. Christian on the hammer, going down. You see this angle change up here. He's able to set the car, hold it down, overthrows the angle. You see how he just held out the front. It was a little too long, but still comes in to dive in to go across the line. What a great job. I mean, he does have Christian in front of him. He knows that he's the points leader. He knows he's going to put down a good lap. But the trust out of that driver to just throw it on his door like that and not touch him.
And the great thing, too, is I love seeing these drivers is that how Christian Catrone, when he goes right off the rip on that outer zone 1, he lights off those tires and just smoke comes out there. And now Vincent's like, oh, he's putting out a lot of smoke. Let me get a little bit forward in the pocket so I can see where he's going. And going from that transition from outer touch and go 1 to 2, you saw that little hiccup he had on the chase, but then he was able to reel him in, and going into outer zone 2 to outer touch and go 2 was absolutely insane from Vincent Toledo. And heads up work on that fatal funnel, angling up to give him room to transition into outer zone 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the only real big mistake he made was giving all that extra space. He just sat in the pocket a little too long. It's you know, tunnel vision. You know, you're excited to be there. You want to be in that spot. So it's a little bit harder, and it's over-exaggerated, and it caused him not to be on top of him in the last little bit there, but he still found a way to get in there. With that being said, I'm not quite sure what's holding us up here, but we might have a word from the what is his name? The guy that has the
El Jefe?
No. The gentleman on TikTok, the TikTok guy, the drive-through news.
Oh yeah, drive-through news.
Yeah, drive-through news. I think we have a message from them.
Yeah, let's hear a message from drive-through news.
They're going to talk about some of the other live streams that are going on.
My name is Will Poussaint, and this is Slide Through.
And now rotates from Vincent Toledo. A huge mistake from him. Man, oh man.
That is unfortunate, especially after seeing that amazing chase that he had there. So we'll get the line up on the red line engine oil there. Unfortunately, not going to be a hard decision for the judges there. they're going to go ahead and give the point as soon as they get over there. There we go, Christian. Getting the win. Great job on Christian's part. Definitely not how he wants to get that win. So that's unfortunate.
Christian Catrone, the Heartbreak Kid, moving on.
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if you were able to hear me. Not how he wants to win that. He was looking forward to that battle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's locked in. He is ready to put on a clinic and win it the right way. And I don't know if the pressure or the idea of, you know, Christian running him down or what was up, but unfortunately just caused that a little over-rotation. I don't have a replay going on right now really to stare at it from overview.
Yeah.
But if I was to say, he probably got a little off the line, found some of a wet patch, and just over-rotated, you know?
Yeah.
So here's the replay on it. I think they're going to rewind it here. Nope, we're going to look at the Howard's cams. Chris Catrone car.
Oh, there it is. There's the replay. You see Vincent Toledo going there. I think he felt like he was going to go flying off track, and he tried to overcorrect. He
powered, so he was in full power, and honestly, he just was off on line.
Yeah.
Found some of the wet rubber that's sitting there, and he knew that he was going to have an issue, but Christian, the foresight seeing everything, went ahead and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and slow it down real quick.
And that's the last part of the top 32, and it looks like Bill Stinger is doing a bye run here. Just feeling out the track, seeing where he needs to go, and
finding out that if he puts his front tires where they have a grip, that it's going to be wet. Okay. Bill Stinger going ahead and saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and jump off. Now, looks like Christian decided not to sit and wait for an interview, not knowing how long that was going to take. So it looks like we got some drivers coming up on the line. Harry Spencer coming up, and Eric Noguera. So very exciting run we're going to see here. Eric, you said one of the most exciting drivers that you guys you get to see, and then Spencer coming off as the #1 seed. What do you expect from this?
It's going to be a slugfest here. Harry Spencer, straight gangster, likes to throw really heavy blows, left and right hooks, like you saw yesterday.
Left right.
Yeah, and you got Eric Noguera, has that drifting style that reminds me of like a samba, and it's so
That's
very
what you
slow.
like to say. I forgot. Yeah. I knew you had a little terminology for it.
Yeah, it's every driver has their own signature on it, and depending how they drive, depending how aggressive. Christian Catrone is very methodical, but there we go. Yep. Harry Spencer in the lead. Eric Noguera in the chase. Eric Noguera coming in the chase, trying to reel him in the pocket, but it looks like he's shallow up angle so he could get the proximity. Look at Harry Spencer getting right to angle and then going into each zone. Oh, looks like 2 cars on outer zone 2. Now going to, huge angle. It's an outer touch and go 2, and then transitioning to the final outer zone. Eric Noguera does a great job on feeling out that rhythm and rhyme of Harry Spencer's lead run.
So Spencer, not quite on line, but it looked worse than it was. His bumper was already off, so that's extended about another 1.5 feet coming out. But going out of that zone, he actually looks like he goes 3 off at the very beginning. Yep, getting that zone, but you can see here he doesn't overshoot it too bad. He's actually only over by a little bit, but hits all those cones. But in that first zone, I'm seeing at least 2, possibly 3 off, and then he decides he saw the wow. I think what happened is he saw the livery on the car. It's wow for the liveries and designs. He saw it on the little, pylons here and said, I need to hit that, and just decided to go for it. So I think that's what happened. Eric making a correction there, as you see, not going off track with him. Transitioning, going ahead and just a little bit behind on him there, but going ahead and matching angle, just giving him some space. Thank gosh he did, because he wouldn't have had anywhere to go with that, but able to angle up, not shut down the car, doing a great job keeping it on track and keeping in the chase. So we're going to go ahead and see those 2 come back. Spencer, not quite sure what made him go off track like that, but probably some water.
Well, you saw how aggressive Spencer is on the initiation of that first outer zone. That maybe he's gonna reel it in and then just. We see a lot of people in chase. They'll give him space and then just start sucking closer and closer and closer proximity. I could see that coming from Harry Spencer, how he drives.
Yeah.
Eric, he just has to put a consistent lead run. Don't go any tires off. It probably will be in the back. He does have a big advantage, especially with Harry going off like that.
Yeah, no, definitely a large advantage. But we're gonna see what happens because in drifting, you never know until you know.
Yep.
You know?
That's I love it. That's one thing I love about drifting is you could always say someone's an advantage, but it doesn't mean the fight's over. Here we go. Eric the Fireball Nogueira in the chase, coming in with an initiation, go to that first outer zone, lighting off the tires. Harry Spencer now trying to surge into the pocket and just giving him all he can get. Oh, Eric Nogueira misses outer touching go 1, but then going into outer zone 2. From Eric Nogueira as he is going into the fatal funnel here. Nice angle with that Chevy Corvette, transitioning to the final outer zone, using the left foot brake to get himself in position to finish off that lap. Great job from Eric Nogueira.
Yeah, Spencer doing a great job trying to follow that. Coming right in, a little bit later transition, and he looked like he was about to get in there. Unfortunately, does a little bobble, which forces him offline, trying to match that angle. We're going to go ahead and see with this transition, he's having to hold the power back, so he's not able to charge forward like you want in that because he was already set up incorrectly. It flows when you do it right. When you're doing it wrong, it penalizes you heavily for every decision after. So you're really trying to just recover at that point. He did a great job. He really found it back at the end there, but just wasn't enough, I don't think. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a fire inside Spencer's car.
Oh, no.
Yep, there is a fire on Spencer's car. Spencer said, I'm on fire, and, well, not in the fun way.
What's with fire and Eric?
I don't know. So Eric backing up, but about to get what I believe to be a decision from the judges here. Not to take away from that possibility.
Okay, so
correct. I am hearing the confirmation from the judges. We just have to wait for the point by on the field. But with the fire, it looks like a delay. We are going to let Eric go ahead and get off track. Eric Nogueira does get the win and moves on.
Great job with Eric Nogueira. And then we'll have him get into the red line hot seat, most likely.
Oh, always fun to hear the crowd cheering. It's a difficult situation when we see someone, hoping their car doesn't light in flames, but, we still want to celebrate those victories. Looks like we are still trying to figure out the source of the fire. Luckily, we got to it before it engulfed anything too serious, so we are going to get the lines. If we could go to the commercial for the other events that we have going on with the Drive-By News.
My name's Will Poussaint, and this is Slide Through News, the only drifting news channel that's bringing you new drivers, new media people, upcoming events, and much more. Speaking of upcoming events, these 4 events teamed up to bring you the best show possible in the U.S. for drifting. Make sure to check out Hot Pit Auto Fest, E-Town Gambler, Clutch Kickers, and U.S. Drift Circuit. Make sure to hit up an event with your friends and family to see the best show possible.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now, it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week, so now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
right, guys, we're over here with Eric. Eric, let us know what happened out there, man. I mean, the track conditions are changing every 5 minutes. Let us know.
Yeah, it's completely changed from when we started today. Almost fully dry. There's only one zone where there's a little wet. My car is keeping up. It's good. As long as the car is working, we're going to try to take it all the way up to the first place.
All right, man. Sounds awesome. Keep it going. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Absolutely, and appreciate that info. I know that Eric really wanted to go ahead and put it all together, and he's been putting his program to work. Spencer, unfortunately, getting towed off now. See, the safety vehicles came out. We don't play when it comes to safety, so we do have fire equipment, the OMP stuff, all that kind of stuff. We have the lights for the restart, the Op 7 lights. I mean, we do everything we can to make sure this is a smooth and safe event for everybody.
Yeah, it hurts my soul when I see someone's car catch on fire because I know how much work they put into it, and it was doing so good yesterday, and then now it's up in flames. Man.
Ouch. But it's true. I mean, in his seat right now, he is going from the high of yesterday, being #1 seeded bracket, and then coming into today with all the energy and excitement and enthusiasm possible. Got to talk with him for a little while. He actually went out of his way to bring me some parts today, even for my stuff. Yeah. So really awesome guy. And then to have this happen, doesn't put the run quite together. The car is probably the reason that didn't happen. Obviously, there was either a leaning issue or a fuel issue or something touched the exhaust manifold, but it's really had some flames.
And Eric still living up to his name, the Fireball, either on the track or other drivers.
Oh, no.
I'm going to stop calling him Fireball now. I don't want to.
You might have to. I mean, we can't have any more cars going up in flames today. Okay?
Now we have Zach Chen right here on the line, waiting for the track staff to finish off the lines. And here he goes with John Temple. John, the Rocket Man Temple, having some struggles from yesterday to today, even on the track. Now they have more easier, more consistent conditions. So basically,
the track. Talking about the track conditions.
Yeah, track conditions. So
I'm trying to understand what you were drifting at.
My God, how long have you been waiting?
I didn't. I just comes out naturally.
So we have John the Rocket Man Temple in the chase. We got Zach Chin, who's going to be in the lead. See John getting locked and loaded to try to race to that first outer zone. Look at Zach Chin missing outer zone 1. John Temple is following him as they're going to outer touch and go 1. Zach Chin is using a very shallow line, very hard for John to now he was able to hit outer zone 2. Huge over rotation. Oh my God, I thought he was gonna overcook it off the track, and now going to the final outer zone, John Temple is able to reel him in now.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's an over rotation or a full use of the track because that is all lined in and stuff, but definitely really trying to change up angle, trying to be able to get that last touch and go there. Obviously succeeding at getting it, but a little too much, ripped off his bumper. Maybe he'll have to do a little Chelsea to Nofa where he hits it off on something so he can continue to race. Have you seen that when Chelsea? That was so smart of him. Crazy, by the way, the fact that he does his first Mustang Challenge and wins. Great job for Chelsea to Nofa. John Temple, though, looking like he had some distance on him, was just a little offline, which is why he was having that proximity issue where it looks like he's close, but he's like, why is he not in the right position? Why is his angle so off? He's just too inside.
Yep.
You know, he needs to back out, but if he would have done that to correct in that run, he would have ended up falling back behind and not having the proximity he was looking for either way. Fortunately, that bumper's going to have a nice big hole in it, being dragged across the nice course of Sebring, historic Sebring Raceway. Used to be a bombing field for those that don't know. They do races out here like the Rolex 24-hour, all kinds of challenges that go out here. Even, you know, the Aston Martins I've seen practicing out here for development of their cars. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and man, the one we're talking about how Zach was really inside on the line. Now we're talking about, was it a chaseable lead? When you're going from outer zone 1 to outer touch and go 1. That's something that judges will look at. We'll see how John does in the lead with his tanned out combat tan S chassis.
Sand.
He's been out here. He's been just fighting through it. I did iterate how his race suit has a combat patches on it. It was pretty cool. It was a cool touch. Combat engineer veteran here. Now we're waiting for the lights to extinguish here, and we're going to see the second half of this battle. John Temple in the lead, Zach Chin in the chase. John Temple coming in with the P is for plenty S chassis as he is going to that first outer zone, lighting off those tires. Oh, mercy, the smoke coming from the back end. Beautiful fill out, getting fucked up as he is going into that second outer zone. Locking it, throwing through. And hitting that outer touch go 2. Beautiful. Now he's going through that fatal funnel as he's going to breach into the outer zone 3. And he does. Now angling up, getting all the way through. Beautiful lead runner from John the Rocket Man Temple.
You can see he knew in his ear and his head and his mind that he needed to show up on that lead run and try to defend himself. When you go lead for lead, I think he's got that one for the lead runs there. So with that being said, when we look at it, though, in the chase, we're going to see what the judges really want to go off on. Proximity isn't quite as there as much as John was. We do have a nice little surge coming in here, but he does fall out of the pocket. Coming trying to look for John again through the smoke, finds him and gets on his door by cutting the line. We're going to go ahead and get a point now, and it looks like John Temple, the man wearing camo today, gets the win and is going to move forward out of this top 16 bracket.
Rocket Man.
Burning at the speed of light. Oh, yeah. Right? We got snapper fingers. So the Mustang's going to go ahead and head off so John Temple can get in the chute, possibly so we can grab an interview here after the next first battle. With that being said, for the next battle, we have 2 drivers coming on up here, getting in that position. Who are they, buddy?
They're Hayden Williams and Tom Mermanad. Tom Mermanad had a bye run when Luis Lanza has to bow out.
Unfortunately, due to some mechanical issues, yes.
And then we have Hayden with that S chassis getting ready. Hayden was doing great too yesterday.
So yeah, and you know, I do want to thank all the track staff for how quickly they reacted on making sure that Spencer was taken care of. So big shout out to all of them, keeping all these drivers safe. Spencer, just like most drivers, I'm here, I'm ready, let me grab my fire extinguisher and put this out.
Yeah.
He was out of the car ready to go ahead and save that car. He cares about it. He knows the hours that are put into there, the countless hours to afford to even put the hours into the car. So a lot of cool stuff. It's unfortunate that their day is cut short, but we know that we're going to see him round 3 over, oh sorry, round 4.
Yeah.
Over at OSW. I'm so used to OSW being round 3. So in my head.
And that's a different change of this year's season, that OSW is at the 4th round, the final round, which is a poetic ending of the season because the winner of this whole U.S. Drift Circuit will get a pro license to Formula Drift, which is fantastic to see, and I'm always cheering on for them when they go into pro spec, man.
Absolutely, and to make that connection for everybody, that is obviously a FD track.
Yeah.
So we're both fortunate enough to where we live really close to it.
Yeah.
I've been driving that now for about 7 years. I've said hi to those walls, unfortunately. Turn 2 got me one time. But, you know, when you're running the bank and if you come off the power, it decides to send you backwards, which is very counterintuitive to what you would think would happen.
Yeah.
But
and it looks...
need that forward grip. But we're going to go to the interview right now with John Temple.
Alrighty, we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Not good feedback. John, tell us how that went, man. It looks like the track's drying up.
The dry is exactly what I needed. The wet was totally lethal. I've changed tires, gears, Ackerman, alignment, everything, and this car is just not happy in the wet. So the dry couldn't have come at a better time, and now I can go shred.
Sounds awesome, bro. Good luck, man.
We're actually watching the battle here with Tom trying to chase down our guy over here. And through the smoke, absolutely running it. So sorry to interrupt your interview there. Just a little miscommunication on when we're letting cars go. So sorry about that. But I'm sure that he was saying that he's excited and ready to move on. Are you over there? Can you hear me? You want to tell me what he had said, because we couldn't hear him, unfortunately, very well.
Yeah, he just said that he changed tire pressures, he changed his alignment everywhere that you possibly could. Not a huge fan of the rain and was just really waiting for it to dry up for him, and it started to, and it's just feeling a lot better and starting to come together for him.
Awesome, man. Well, super excited. We're going to go ahead and watch this battle here and go ahead and see. Obviously, I'd love to be watching some replays for you guys so we can kind of commentate on that real quick. They're getting back up into the chute right now. Hope.
Just say it over Discord. Hey, they're about to run, so we don't have Jeff in the middle of the conversation. There's too many radios up here. It's might mess up.
So we're off. Who is that?
You got Tom Merman and Hayden Williams right there. Tom Merman, I'm sorry, as he is going into outer zone 2. All the way through. And having all that connection right there to outer touch and go to. Beautiful fill out there, going to outer zone 3. Great job as we're going all the way through.
And shutting it down nice and quick, coming around, ready to go ahead and get their judgment. Both drivers pumped after those runs. Some big mistakes, though, obviously, in that first one. We see Tom making a correction, and Tyler trying not to, oh, not Tyler Hess, I'm so sorry. They're saying names in my ear. Goodness. But coming on out, and I believe his partner in crime, Lee Yearwood, is actually out competing right now as well at another event. So cool to see him out here still putting it together. The judges having a hard time right now trying to figure out who they want to go ahead and have move forward. Reviewing some of the footage.
Look at Tom Merman over there. It looks like a possible tire off of the truck. And we get a decision here. Tom Mermanot gets the win and moves on. And now we have our next battle getting ready in the Bob.
Nope. Still no.
Paulo Mota. Tyler Hess.
He said, I paid for these tires. I'm going to use these tires. Putting on a little extra show for you guys. Putting down a smoke screen. The wind's going to go ahead and wash it away. We're still lining the track, so if we could actually jump over and get that interview with Tom real quick, we do have a few seconds. We can go ahead and grab that while they still line the track. So let's go ahead and hear from Tom.
Alrighty, here we go. Tom, tell us about it, my man.
I had rain all weekend. Finally, the track's dry. We get to grip up the cars and get some tire smoke, some burning rubber. Great feeling.
All right. Awesome, man. Best of luck for the rest of the show.
Thank you.
All right, you heard that. It's drying up. It's getting better for everybody. So hopefully we're going to start seeing a lot more smoke.
Absolutely. I'd love to hear from you on what you think about that. So you've obviously driven in competitive sense, right? I know both of us have gotten to drive, but you had the highest experience. You were in FD for a while. How hard is that going with this level of car from wet practice to a dry run?
It's really tough. I actually I hate the rain. So, and everybody knows I had like the least smart car when I was doing this. So the rain was always kind of my enemy. I moved from New York and made it over to California where it never rains. And then I moved to Florida and drove one time, and it was rain, and it was horrible.
Well, we're going to go ahead and watch this battle, but thank you for that insight, bud. So coming on up,
Paulo Mota.
Paulo Mota. Morimoto.
Here we go. Paulo Mota in that Ford Mustang. Tyler Hess in the BMW. Paulo Mota was trying to get a jump on this. And here we go. Tyler Hess coming in with a nice initiation. Goes that first outer zone. Putting one tire in. Getting that fill out. Look at Paulo Mota matching angle as he is going to the outer touch and go one. Beautiful transition right here. Going to outer touch and go two. It's going to be Paulo Mota makes contact with Tyler.
So I was just about to say Hess is putting on a great lead run here. He was trying to go ahead and get, Moto was trying to get that proximity in, and he almost pulled what we've been seeing with these Mustangs, is grabbing that front tire and driving over these cars, just almost avoiding hitting the wall. Not what we want to see at all. Looks like both drivers are okay, but unfortunately it looks like we got a fender ripped off and possibly some front suspension geometry damage here.
And looking at this replay here, you got Tyler Hess doing a great job putting some left foot brake on outer zone 1.
He's doing also a great job lining him, matching him up. He does a little bobble there, a little bit late on the transition, which sets him up to where he cuts this line, and that's why he's trying to get in there. He's matching angle right here, but then straightens a little bit, coming out of drift just a tiny bit because he's ready to charge forward while Hess is still holding that angle. And that is just, while you're that close, that little bit of change up that he's used to being able to get away with, you just couldn't get away with it in that tight of a quarters. So fortunately both cars came to a stop without being run over, but yep, that little bobble right there, and it starts to go up and he comes off the power.
You do see Tyler Hess angling up, getting it ready for that outer touch and go, which that's
what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's what you're supposed to be doing. I think Paolo got a little too aggressive. He saw how close he was, he wanted more.
Yeah, well, it's not even that he was trying to add. It's that he was predicting and trying to expect the angle that Hess was about to go to, wanting to give space, actually trying to prevent something like this, and just misread the situation.
Yep.
We're talking about milliseconds of reaction time that these drivers need to have, and it's unfortunate now that we were going to have one of the more prominent drivers right now, Hess, that's been just leading the way and driving like madman. Unfortunately, he might have a damaged car now.
Yeah, well, the great thing is when this kind of contact happens, the judge is going to deem who's at fault, and then they're going to get a free timeout so they could get their fix of the car. But he also has another competition timeout to add on top of that too.
So we are going to be towing these vehicles off right now. We might go ahead and cut over to one of our commercial runs here and give us some time. So we're going to go ahead and get you guys on some commercials real quick while we clean up this track and get onto the action.
If you haven't heard of E-Town Gambler, you got to check this series out. They give cash prizes to the winners. First place, you get $4,000. Second place, you get $2,000. And in third place, you still walk out with $1,000 cash. This is a 235 tire series, so make sure you get a tire within spec. Hit up this great series and go have yourself a great time with E-Town Gambler.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Hot Pit Auto Fest isn't just a drift series that brings you some of the best drivers, but they have a car show, flamethrowers, and it feels like you're just in a movie. So make sure if you're in the SoCal or California area, hit up Hot Pit Auto Fest to go have yourself a great time to see the best drifting and the best show possible.
Welcome to Leadfoot City, America's automotive theme park, home of the H3 drag strip. Catch all the action from the wheelie bar. Slide over to the drift arena and watch tire shred and engines scream around the corners. Feel the chaos at our dedicated burnout pit, Send It Square. Step inside our indoor climate-controlled spaces, perfect for events, parties, no matter the weather. And for an exclusive experience, head into our hidden VIP speakeasy. The action never stops here. Find out more and plan your visit today at leadfootcity.com.
Have you heard of Clutch Kicker's 100,000 series? Well, if not, you need to check this one out. First prize walks away with $6,000 cash. They do payouts all the way to top 16, and they host at Mid-Pond. So make sure to hit up Clutch Kickers. If you're not in the area, make sure to watch the live stream.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win. Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Play me some of that able pimpin', man.
US Drift Circuit is a Pro-Am event where you can compete to win $4,000 for first place. Also, what's cool about this series is if your car breaks or you need to do any testing, they're always doing 2 tracks at once. So once you're done for the day, if you want to still go drive, you're more than welcome to with US Drift Circuit. Go check it out, guys.
The event here. We did get a confirm for Paulo Mota was at fault for that collision. And here we go. We got our next battle coming out here. Sasha Prospero and Marcio Jr. in the lead is Sasha Prospero as he is going to that first outer zone and being able to fill it all the way out. Now going into that outer touch go 1. Now look at Marcio Jr. being aggressive, trying to get all that proximity as much as possible as we're getting dusted out in outer zone 2. You got Sasha Prospero going through that fatal funnel, going to outer zone 3. Marcio Jr. getting door to door with Sasha inside Prospero.
2 of those guys came out ready to fight. They are both looking to go ahead and move forward. Neither one to get an in. On this replay, we're going to go ahead and diagnose everything down here. When we get the replay, I'll go over that stuff with you guys. But Sasha right now coming back over to the box. He's going to go ahead and line up to go ahead and switch positions. We got, as called by the judges, Pikachu. So on the lead, very aggressive transition initiation on the lead car, believing that Sasha's going to be solid, but she was coming through. You see him waver a little bit on the speed, but great transition, very, very tight, coming through and filling in. The judges are going to give him a lot of points for that one there. Doing a great job coming here, being concerned, not concerned, but more predictive on the fact that he's going to slow down. And then as soon as he knows he's going forward again, fits right in there and just goes after him. honestly, one of the better chases that we've seen all day.
Here we go. They're going to have them switch sides. Marcio Jr. is now going to be in the lead, and Sasha Prospero is going to be in the chase. Let's see how aggressive Sasha will do chasing down Marcio Jr. His spotter is probably saying, this guy just stuck it to your door and being super aggressive. I do see the wavering with the proximity, but still beautiful chase from Marcio Jr.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of the throttle control and the commitment into it. Let's go ahead and see if Sasha's able to put more in.
And Marcio Jr. coming in with a nice initiation to that first outer zone, lighting off those tires. Looks like possibly one tire off, but look at Sasha Prospero being as cool, calm, and collective. The seasoned driver here at US Drift Circuit coming down to hunt down Marcio Jr. We're going through outer zone 2. Sasha Ironsides Prospero is going to his D-cell zone. Let's see if he'll breach that door as we're going through to outer zone 3 in that fatal funnel. Look at Sasha Prospero go with that S chassis. Oh, mercy.
What a great job by both drivers there. Both of them putting down great leads, great chases here. I do see where you're talking about how it looks like we got a tire drop over here. He just hung it out a little bit too far, maybe a little bit of a tire drop, but nothing too crazy. Doing a great job finding the touch and go, coming over and transitioning to the second outer zone. Sasha mimicking him like he's there and then just finding somehow more space. Now you can see this predictive right here where he does a little bit of a surge. He says, I'm gonna let you transition, surges right back in, diving in, going ahead and finding it and just sticking to his side, matching angle almost perfectly and holding it as long as he could. The judges are gonna have a hard time, and I know they're replaying both of those, trying to see lead for lead, chase for chase, who threw the better angle, who had the better proximity, who had the style, what was that X factor? These are the things the judges are having to think about, and thank goodness we don't have to. They're gonna make the decision for us here in a few seconds. Goodness.
It's so good. And it looks like Sasha Ironsides Prospero gets the win and moves on.
What a cool battle. Very, very close. I honestly, I was hoping maybe one more time because I love seeing the drifting. But he just showed a master class right there. His car, I think, is overheating, so he's going to drive through. We're not going to get an interview with him, but we are going to get to see more battles with him. He's going to go out to the pits, get some fresh tires on, and we're going to see a lot more for Sasha.
And we're halfway through the top 16 here.
We're flying through it.
We're flying through it. Got the guys set up at the line right now,
and we're ready to go.
Matt
excited
Schulman
for Matt Schulman and
Carlos Santos.
We're about to say the same thing.
Yeah, man.
It's like we both know what we're doing up
it's
here.
It's like twins.
Twinning. Dude, we should go out. Maybe that's Halloween costumes.
Are you Arnold and I'm Danny DeVito?
Who said you could have my cookie?
Here you go. You got Carlos Santos here in the lead. Matt Schulman in the chase. And honestly, Matt Schulman in Juku Racing has been proving what he's worth every round he's out here.
That's a monster of a machine they created.
He's an animal, and I love seeing how he drives. Carlos Santos, one of the new up-and-comers, and
he's not really an up-and-comer. He's been driving a long time.
He's been driving a long time, but the Pro-Am series as well, like, it's just...
I think this is his second season.
I think he did half a season last year because his engine blew up.
Oh, well, that'll stop you.
Yeah, so here we go.
Well, let's hopefully he doesn't blow an engine. Let's watch him.
Carlos Santos in the lead and going into that first outer zone, putting one tire in, two tires in, going through outer zone 1. Look at Matt Schulman reeling him in, reading that front tire, seeing where he's going. Here comes Carlos Santos hitting that outer touch go 1, does a great job. A little bit wavering from the lead driver as Matt Schulman is right there, door to door into this fatal funnel, transitioning, gives him some room. Now he's going to dive right back into the pocket of outer zone 3. Matt Schulman out here putting out a clinic.
Man, what a great little shot that we just got here and end of 2 here. Getting to see Matt Schulman on that transition, doing a great job. You see him matching angle here. Well, we were. Apparently my camera decided to end over here. We can't lean on the table. I know. Matt Schulman doing a great job there. Little bobbles from Carlos as Matt Schulman tried to hold and all that kind of stuff. Coming over. Stop it. I want my camera to work. He's shaking the platform. Matt Schulman doing a great job. Nice and aggressive initiation here. Going ahead and finding his zone. Sorry, we just had our audio click and change over. So Matt Schulman Gonna go ahead and change positions here, and I'm excited to see Carlos coming after the chase with him there, trying to go ahead and go after him. We had great proximity, great transition in that 2 zone, so really want to see if Carlos can bring it back up. I see he's got the gas company over there on the back, German Auto Sports out of Orlando, so great bunch of guys over there too. What is going on with the audio right now? So obviously Redline Oil, that's the tent they want to be at. That's when the winners go. So hopefully they're going to make it out there.
And we have Carlos Santos right here putting it all out on the line. And we have Matt Schulman is going to be in the lead. Carlos Santos has been a little bit hesitant in the chase so far throughout the whole bracket of yesterday, but now he's got to prove his worth. You got Matt Schulman, who's in second place of the standings, and now he has to throw it down.
We're gonna do a little homage here as well. Hold on, because we're gonna send it.
Oh God! Matt Schulman in the lead, Carlos Santos in the chase. Matt Schulman going out there to the front of the pack, and man, oh man, Matt Schulman filling it all the way out and going into outer touch and go 1. Beautiful fill out, then a little bit of fill out on outer zone 2. Look at Carlos Santos being able to stick it to his door as they're going through the fatal funnel. Carlos Santos may be an underdog in this fight, but he's going toe-to-toe with Matt, the Showmanator.
You would never know. Carlos just came out, and one of the best runs I've seen him do. What a great chase on his part. Watching this replay, we've got Matt Schulman filling out the zone, and Carlos says, I'm going to get closer. I'm going to sit right here, doing a little charge, doing his stuff, and getting closer before transition. That's crazy. That's not what you're supposed to do, but he does it, and he makes it look good. Coming around, bringing in that proximity through into the next touch and go. Matt Schulman putting a little hangout there with some angle, showing that he can knock the angle up. And then Carlos said, yeah, I can match that, and let me go ahead and get on your door again. So, goodness gracious, they both put down some great runs. It's really going to depend when you go lead to lead, chase to chase, obviously. I don't even think we can try to keep Carlos in his car at this point. He's going to get out of his car no matter what he does. Yeah, every time. So the Schulmanator being, you know, the lock solid, ready to go, you cannot keep Carlos in his car. Carlos, get in your car so we can announce a winner.
And it looks like we have a winner. Matt Schulman gets a win and moves on.
Blew out my eardrum on that one with that Matt Schulman. Goodness. So Matt Schulman doing a great job. Both of them putting on a thing. Give a round of applause, obviously, for Carlos doing a great job out there, putting it together. We're seeing all these drivers progress, so that's quite exciting. So very excited about Matt. He's going to go ahead and be over there in that red line oil. As soon as Carlos gets off the track, we are going to be... Well, okay.
Yeah. Here we go. We have Salvio Silva and the People's Champion, Nathaniel Jordan. Salvio Silva, the Smoke Daddy,
going against the People's Champ in the nice little New Edge, right? That's a New Edge Mustang, I think.
I believe so.
Not a big Mustang guy. I know they just had Stang Week up at Mid Pond.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
so they
cool.
just had Stang Week up there. And you know what else is at Mid Pond? Clutch Kickers. So we're going to go ahead and watch these guys go.
Here comes Salvio Silva, the man like Rocky out here, putting his car back together so he could fight. And man, oh man, he fills out first outer zone like an absolute gangster. Smoke Daddy going to outer zone 2, lighting off those tires, rusting the whole analysis booth as he is going into that outer touch and go over rotation from Salvio Silva. Unexpected. Oh no.
Was just about to say the rocket of smoke coming out of here. What a crazy thing. But we're going to go jump over to the interview real quick and talk to Matt Schulman.
All right, Matt, tell us about that, man. You were making it happen out there and shredding.
It was really fun. The track was actually consistent for the first time, probably all weekend. So the more we get that, the better driver we're going to get, and the better I'm going to get. So let's keep going.
All right, man. Well, best of luck. All right, that was Matt just trying to take care of business. Back to you guys.
Absolutely. Sorry about the audio there, guys. Not sure what was going on there, but absolutely super sad seeing the over rotation come from the Smoke Daddy. We were just about to say this is what a pro car is. I was already building the commentary in my head, showing, look, he's still keeping up, but look at what a pro car can do. Look at the smoke that he's performing, all the adversity he's overcome, and then going for a touch and go, just throws a little too much angle and just doesn't get it. So you can see the distance, he's cutting angle, and trying to keep up at the Mustang. But then we see Savio right before they're going to spin, but it's fine. We're going to go to this launch, and we'll have some commentary after.
Nathaniel Jordan out here doing a great job. We always talk about Leadfoot City. It was a great event there, and Nathaniel Jordan was doing a fantastic job. Now he is in the lead here. The People's Champ versus the Smoke Daddy.
We were just talking about how you can't assume an advantage, and this is what happens. You don't know if that lead car is going to, rotate. And the chase is the hardest position for the lower power car, so that's how he does in the lead.
Yeah. Here comes Nathaniel Jordan coming in with a nice weight transfer initiation. Going to that first zone. Look at Salvio Silva getting right to angle and mirroring the angle of Nathaniel Jordan. Oh, mercy. The tenacity from Nathaniel Jordan. A little bit of a rub on the front bumper of Salvio Silva's car. Salvio Silva is unfazed, going into his outer touch and go too. Beautiful touch and go. Now transitioning in that fatal funnel. Savio Silva lighting off the tires, getting right to the door of Nathaniel Jordan here at Sebring.
So if you saw in the initiation, you see him left foot braking as hard as he can, making sure that the front of the car slows down just enough while keeping it going and drift. And then you see the on-off switch that is the power that he has in that Pro Charged monster. Recently switching over to a Pro Charger, haven't really gotten to talk about that, but you can see where he has to hold up because obviously the other car is a little bit slower. And so, yeah, what a great job, though, both of them.
And it looks like Nathaniel Jordan gets the win.
Give a big round of applause to that guy. Unfortunately, it comes with an over-rotation, but with that lead run, holding it together, chase actively there, make some noise for this guy. And showing you that you can keep drifting simple and get on and a win.
This is a big battle here. You got Christian the Heartbreak Kid Control.
I'm not even over this battle yet. I'm so sorry. We're talking about the next one?
Yeah, the next one is the final battle of the top 16.
Okay.
Okay, final battle of the top 16. Christian the Heartbreak Kid Control versus Bill the Godfather Stinger.
We're getting stung either which way.
Either way.
This is Sophie's choice.
It's gonna be insane. This is gonna be an insane battle. You got an OG of the drift scene, and then you have the points leader here. And
so we're gonna jump over on a quick interview real quick with the man over there in the Mustang. Hey, talk about those chassis, bud.
All right, here we go. Nathaniel, make.
Yeah, no, I'm completely stoked on that. Going against the Smoke Daddy himself, he's an absolute ripper. He's got a killer car. So, I'm just happy that we made it through.
Your audio guy left.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Just staying consistent. That's all I can keep doing.
Consistency matters, man. And I hear that you're like the people's champ out here. So keep it going, bro. Good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Big smile. He's happy. Let's keep it going. Back to you.
Absolutely, man. And he should be smiling, taking out the Smoke Daddy, showing it that you don't need to have a crazy built car to be competitive. Getting a win here and honestly crossing the line in a solid run is what's going to always put you in the chance for a win. And he was able to put that together. So now we got Stinger coming up and we have Christian Catrone on the way. Two really well-built cars, one from a little bit from the past, one from the future. We're looking at like a little generational battle here.
This is intense. This moment here, if Bill gets his win, it's gonna hit Christian really hard for points. But also, it's gonna give him that high, that adrenaline rush.
So Christian right now is in top 16. He's getting top 16 points.
Yes.
So getting into the grade 8, he's gonna get a different set of points, obviously like that. Christian's not gonna be that hurt.
No, but
but it will allow the door for Matt Schulman and your other drivers to step up into that role and possibly grab a first overall.
I still think it would hurt him in a sense where, like, he wants to get that 3P. or that
Christian just wants to win everything.
He wants to win everything, and that's how it is. And this is where it's going to have him locked in. Like he said before in previous events, he's in kill mode. And you got Bill Stinger out here.
Talking about kill mode, this win. So sorry if you guys are hearing it off the mics, but goodness, we are getting some sharp wins here. So here we go.
We have Bill Stinger right here, the Godfather, in the lead. Christian Catrone in the chase, going into his first outer zone. Look at Christian Catrone with that Chevy Corvette, hunting down the BMW. American Muscle versus German Engineering as we're going to outer zone touch and go, and going to outer zone 2. Look at outer zone 2 here. Getting right there. It's not battling out in this fight. He's hunting down the Godfather, going through his fatal funnel as Christian Catrone gets a nice, oh my goodness, a over rotation from Bill, and they both save it.
Goodness,
Whoa.
I unfortunately didn't even get to see it because I'm over here messing with the monitor trying to make it work, but we'll see it on the replay here. Christian Catrone's front bumper looking like he got a little damaged, but we see from the beginning here he does kind of drop out almost. He does drop out of that first zone, which is something I had noticed when you were commentating. Also, barely, missing, that touch and go, but also not finding the second zone. So Bill Stinger taking a shallow line in here. Christian Catrone trying to dive in for this touch and go, and Bill Stinger just tries to whip it. And oh my goodness! So we do see wheel-to-wheel contact there actually, something you couldn't see from over here. Yeah, just absolutely tries to huck it back there, and Bill Stinger just not hold it together. So we're seeing Christian Catrone going back to the line, making sure his car is okay. Looks like they're going to go ahead and take the bumper off.
All right, yeah.
And so this would be the second to last top 16 battle. We do have still one more battle of our Hess situation ship where we can still see the fresh tracks on the track from it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's the little disturbance there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see Christian Catrone. Sounds like he's warming up his tires right now. I don't know if he's warming up his tires or what's going on.
I think he might be swinging around. I'm not too sure. Maybe he has to go. It looks like he might be going back to pits. So we have the second
from
half.
contact, they are going to pit. So we're actually hearing the other two drivers, Moto and Hess, warming up their tires. I was about to say they shouldn't be warming up their tires in between runs. And you're hearing the call as well. Bill Stinger just used his 5-minute call. He did cause that contact, so Christian does have time to look at his car as well. So he's going to take advantage of that. And the way that works is they safely look at it. If it needs to be on jack stands, they put it on jack stands before they start that 5-minute. But we're going to go ahead and look at Taylor Hess with Paulo. Paulo in the lead here. Loudest car on the track.
Here we go. Paulo Mota in the lead, second half of this top 16 battle. Tyler Hess in the chase. And then we have one more top 16 battle after this, and that would be the half of the previous battle of Bill Stinger and Christian Catrone. But here we go, Paulo Mota in the lead lane. The Drift HQ tent there. Bill Stinger is giving him some room. He wants to get a nice early jump start. And we got Bill rolling back to the pit. But now we have Paulo Mota in the lead. Tyler Hess in the chase. Paulo Mota with that Ford Mustang, lighting off those tires as best as he could, falling out of outer zone 1. Tyler Hess is giving him room. Now Paulo Mota is trying to get to outer touch wheel 1. Missing it completely. Now heading to the edge of outer zone 2. Paulo Mota is now transitioning in this fatal funnel. Tyler Hess is doing a good job being active in the chase, knowing that Paulo Mota was at fault at the previous lap.
So I don't even think it's just that he was going light because of the previous fault. Moto was on an insanely different line than where he should have been. I don't think he hit one zone properly. Not trying to knock it, but I do not see him filling out this zone. And when we see that, now Hess obviously is giving him some space in that zone. When we look at number 1 in this touch and go over here, there's no reason to be chasing him while he's in the middle of the track. So he is still actively chasing. He's still doing his job as a chase car driver, but there's no reason to try to dive in on that when you don't even know where he's going.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he falls out of the first zone almost immediately.
Yes.
And I don't think finds the touch and go. No, he almost goes off the track limits on the left side. So with that being said, I think the judges are going to have a pretty easy decision. And yes, he gets the point. Tyler Hess, after being almost ran over by that Mustang, getting the win and moving on. We're going to go ahead and see both these drivers in the very near future, both of them being very aggressive. We've just seen that Mustang obviously do a killer run the round before. Just wasn't his time right now. Tyler Hess, though, going to go ahead and go sit down with the camp and probably grab an interview after this first run.
We do have track staff. We have track staff out there lining up the outer zone 3.
We are still lining the track, so we should be able to knock out an interview real quick.
All right, we still have workers out on the track, so we're going to get over here to Tyler. Tyler, after you kind of got Mustanged a little bit there, how you doing now, bro?
I'm good. For anybody that was watching yesterday, Tom, my buddy, and I, we battled in seating, and of course, that's how it goes. We're going to battle again here, I think, in the top 8, so looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to see if we can take Tom again.
All right, nice, man. There we go with Tyler. He's about to put it to his boys. Back to you guys.
Yeah, both of them over there in the same camp and making it happen. Actually, I think Tom was just driving Hess's car over at Leadfoot City. He was saying, hey, we need to figure out some speed on this, and they figured it out. That car is looking phenomenal. Not really the chase that we were wanting to see, obviously, but we're going to go ahead and see it on this next battle because we got 2 absolute legends coming up over here. We've got nice little Mustang with Eric, and then we've got our boy, the Spaceman, the Rocket Man, Nitrous, coming through.
John.
Or Nitro, even. Because he's UCF, we could call him Nitro. How many nicknames can we give the guy?
Oh, man, we're going to keep it to Rocket Man as is because, man, he's been rocketing through each run and each lap as best as possible. And the energy he has, John Temple in the lead under the Drift HQ tent, one of our sponsors here for US Drift Circuit. And we're going to see how they rip it down the track. Track staff is clear. We got the drone going up to the sky. Here he is, FLYDAY Drones. We're waiting for the lights from the starting gate. See Alex over there doing a great job there. John the Rocket Man Temple versus Eric the Fireball Noguera. John comes into that first initiation to the first outer zone, lighting off those tires all the way through smoke screen engaged as he is going to outer touch and go 1. Now transitioning to outer zone 2. Beautiful throw out. Perfect. Eric the Fireball Noguera getting door to door, letting him know that he's not the only one that can breach doors because Eric the Fireball Noguera surges forward in the pocket to try to get that proximity to the final outer zone.
Absolutely, and that's what we're wanting to see. 2 cars putting down a smoke screen. I get to see a beautiful transition through from the touch and go over into the second out zone right here. So obviously at initiation, Eric goes ahead and flies on in, sitting there, matching angle, door to door, making it happen. A little bit of a bobble there right before the touch and go, but look at this transition. Flies right through and gets a nice charge and comes right over on John Temple, matching that angle, getting into this second outer zone, or second touch and go, trying to find it, and then a little bit of a mistake there, just over rotates, not over rotate, but like holds the angle a little too long, trying to get it, so it cuts the line to go ahead and get the proximity back, but ultimately, phenomenal run, and this is what you're expecting to see in the top 8.
And man, John Temple was fighting his car yesterday, and now he's dialed in, locked in. Track conditions are where he likes it, and able to get a smoke screen. Oh my goodness, the amount of smoke coming from those tires was insane. And then you got Eric, yep, like you said, he kind of went too far forward, shallowed up the line, but able to dial himself back in. But here we go. We're going to get ready for the second half of this battle. Eric, the Fireball Noguera, is going to be in the lead. John Temple, the Rocket Man, is going to be in the chase.
Absolutely.
And Chevy Corvette versus S Chassis.
With a Corvette.
With a Corvette motor in it.
LS's, man, all day.
Here we go. A nice weight transfer from Eric Nogueira. Possible. Oh, flirting with one tire off the track. And here's John Temple angling up so he could get to the outer zone 2 with Eric Nogueira. Eric Nogueira. Look at John Temple getting to the door. Over rotates. And man, oh man, Eric Nogueira is able to get through that fatal funnel and finish off that outer zone 3.
Eric, unfortunately, going wildly off track over here with at least 2 tires. We can see him flirting with the one when he first initiates, but coming off the second inner right here. So goes over, comes around, first touch and go, fills it, but then we look at him go over here and hitting cones off. That is 2 tires off from what I can see. Coming around, John Temple trying to match the angle, just a little bit too much of a surge and just falls out, saves the car, trying to say, oh my gosh, you know, just a little bit too much. Eric drives away and maybe driving away with the win right here.
Goes
for all
off
we know. Oh, and he goes
too.
again at the end too. Wow, okay, so the judges are gonna be looking at a lot here.
Yeah, he went off. All right, we have 1 tire on this zone, right? He had that inside tire there, inside that zone. Going to outer touch and go. He doesn't go off tires. Now here, 1, 2, possibly 2 there. Now going through to that touch and go, he hits it. Now going into his final outer zone.
It's so, oh my goodness, okay.
And then he, 1 tire, that might be another 2 tires off there.
Oh, okay, hold on.
And it looks like Eric the Fireball Nogueira gets the win and moves on.
The wind decided to hit me with the canopy. None of you guys even noticed. I'm getting smacked in the head over here. But Eric, congratulations on that one. We got the track staff relining and stuff like that, so we might actually be able to grab a quick interview with him if you just want to go ahead and ask him how he feels about that.
Alrighty, Eric, big win, man. Feeling good. You guys were shredding out there. Tell us about it.
Thank you. John Temple's a good friend of mine. I made some mistakes. I guess he made a mistake behind me. Just correcting the mistakes and going all the way to the final.
All right, well, that's awesome to hear. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the battle real quick.
All right, we got Christian, the Heartbreak Kid Control versus Bill, the Godfather Stinger. This is the second half of this battle. There was contact made on the first lap. Let's see if the Heartbreak Kid breaks the heartbreak of the Godfather. And look at Christian Control right there, getting onto that first outer zone. Look at Bill Stinger, reeling him in, and then falling behind on outer touch and go 1. Now going to outer zone 2. All the way out, and then going into outer touch and go 2 right there. Money now transition to the final outer zone, and Bill just takes out cones on outer zone 3.
So that was going to be our last battle between the 2 of them, correct? We saw one battle and they had to redo it. So
we got Christian hitting the zones where he needs to.
Absolutely. No, getting into this touch and go, coming around, going into the second zone, filling it out. We see Bill Stinger kind of fall behind and just kind of shallow up there to try to get that line as well. Coming into the second outer zone, coming around. And yeah, like you said, grabbing some cones on the way out, you know, just deciding that he wants to go through. Christian doing a great job. Sorry, the camera decided to cut. I was trying to talk about it, but looks like we got a point for. Judges have already made their decision, just waiting on him to show right now that. Judges, if you want to say over the thing again to him, I don't think he can hear you. I don't think the line guy knows. So Christian Catrone does get the win and is going to be moving on, absolutely putting on a clinic. Looks like he lost one of those brand new headlights he actually just got. I saw a little video he was doing. Looks like he just got those, and one's missing already. But going to be Christian Catrone going over to the red line hot seat. We're going to talk to him after this first battle here.
All right, we got the next battle. We're in our grade 8. We already seen our first battle of the grade 8, which was Eric Nogueira and John Temple. The next battle will be Tom Mermanad versus Tyler Hess. And then we have populated already the right side of the bracket. That's Sasha Prospero versus Matt Shulman. Intense battle right there from what I know of them. And then Nathaniel Jordan versus Christian Catrone. that's going to be a test of limits for Christian, I believe. But I think he could.
Christian Catrone?
Yeah, because of the power plant of that Mustang.
Well, let's go ahead and shoot it over for a quick interview while we got our man, the myth, the legend over there.
All right, we're here with Christian, man. Made it happen. Tell us about that, bro.
Man, that's the second time Bill hit me. Same spot. Love Bill, great guy. But man, I was just worried. You know, we had some damage. Luckily, we had no damage, just a little bit of bash bar. But glory to God, man, we are out here. Got a great team behind me. I'm excited. Let's just take care of this and let's get on that box.
All right, awesome. It doesn't even look like anything happened out there, man. Good work. All right, guys, just back to business and back to you.
I like how Christian had to make sure. He's like, come on, man. You hit me in the same spot twice. He's trying to be as professional as possible, but I love the two of them out there. So we do love seeing it. We're out here restriping the flower on the track. Obviously, I think we're just trying to look for some more fireballs because, you know, that's what that flower does. It likes to combust with some nice backfires. But it looks like they're clearing the track now, and we're going to go to Tom and Hess, two guys that are running out of the same camp, the same tent, the same tires, and both driven each other's cars, both friends. And I'm telling you right now, Tyler's not going to be very friendly out there. Tom wants redemption. He's getting the beat down over, not a beat down, but getting beat in the seating bracket. But let's go ahead and see how they do now. Hess in the lead. Let's go ahead and see what he does.
Tom Mermanod versus Tyler Hess. Tyler Hess is going to be in the lead. Tom is going to be in the chase. He's giving him a huge gap at the line. This is probably the biggest gap I've seen starting out.
Well, one's got a chicane, one doesn't. So he's like, I just want to go full throttle and not have to pedal it.
Kind of reminds me of Chelsea DeNova in Irwindale that one year.
Yeah, I actually see the wife of Tom out here watching on top of a truck, his spotter over there as well. Some of the most beautiful people out here, absolutely killing it, supporting everybody out here as their drivers. That's something that a lot of people don't realize, the huge team that is behind these drivers that comes out to go ahead and spot, the wives, the children, all that kind of stuff. Yep. You know, we had Stinger with his whole family in the car doing donuts. So, you know, pretty cool environment out here. And, you know, even those that are doing the support like Bunny and all those other guys out here for the media. So really do appreciate everybody out here. The judges up in the tower, waiting on them.
Here
so we can launch them.
Yeah, these media guys put in a lot of work to come to each event. But here we go. We'll have the media guys take a picture of this fantastic battle between Tyler Hess and Tom Mermanod. Tom trying to get that proximity right off the rip, giving him room, but trying to reel him in. I think he gave him too much room right off the start. But now here comes Tom Mermanod into outer zone 2. Fantastic job, angling up in that outer touch go 2. Using that left foot brake to pivot that car around, transitioning in that final outer zone. Tom Mermanod with the Chevy Corvette, sticking it to the door of the BMW of Tyler Hess.
Absolutely, and I think you called it out identical to what that was. He had a little bit too much of a run up over there, but he was able to reel him in through the entire run there. Looking great coming through. Both of them out here looking for blood, trying to see who's going to go ahead and go forward and get out of this top 8. So super excited seeing it, filling the zones. Great job on the lead car. You see the little bobble there, and it got John Temple almost happened to Tom, but Tom held it together, knows what to do, and makes it happen, and then finds the door right again. And that's probably the closest we've seen two cars without touching all day. So great run there. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen Tom not have such a big run up and go through, but snap transition coming through into the second zone like we're watching. So super excited to see this next half.
And here is the second half of this battle. We're winning it. Tom Mermanod is the lead driver. Put down an absolute reel of a chase. And let's see how Tyler Hess performs here.
Look at Hess.
Getting really close. Right off the rip. Falls behind a little bit on outer zone 1, but Tyler is actually being able to get back into that proximity gain. You got Tom Mermanod right there. Over rotation from Tyler Hess. But Tom does need to complete this lead lap as he is going through that outer zone 2 to outer touch to go to, going to outer zone 3, and being able to complete that whole lap. That's a huge crucial mistake from Tyler Hess, going to out of zone 2.
So I can attribute that to one thing and one thing only. That is what is inside that driver's seat right now, inside that helmet. He was so ready to go. He wanted to be first there. He was a little too excited on that initiation. Really had to slow down, and now he knows he's in the back seat. He's trying to go ahead and reel him in. He cuts the line to go ahead and try to get proximity and angle back, matches up angle, and right here you say, okay, he's back. He's figured it out, and then on this transition, he just over snaps right there, big time, and can't save it, unfortunately, which means Tom in the red Corvette gets the win and is going to be moving on for redemption, getting Tyler Hess, which knocked him out in seating bracket. The two of them going back to back. That is going to be a conversation in the pits for sure.
The final 4 battles. You got Eric Noguera on the left side of the bracket versus Tom Mermanot, which is going to be 2 Chevy Corvettes now. On the right side, you're going to have our next battles come up here for the Grade 8.
Yeah.
You have Sasha Prospero, Matt Schulman, and then Nathaniel Jordan versus...
Matt Schulman's doing the same thing Tom was just doing. But I saw him doing this before on the back side of the track, too. So I saw him doing this last round, and Matt Schulman has figured it out. Maybe Tom was trying to borrow something, or maybe they've just noticed something there with the chicane. I will tell you, Sasha Prospero is absolutely ready to go. But it looks like we're going to knock out a quick interview here.
All right, everybody, over here with Tom. Tom, I heard you just kind of beat up on your buddy.
Yeah, Tyler's the homie. We've been working on my car for like the past 2 weeks to get it here, put it on a Holly Terminator, and it's been endlessly, and to battle him and just tandem with the boys is the best. That's what drifting's all about.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it was a great stuff. I mean, he had a little incident there, so you're going to be moving on. You super excited or what?
Super excited. Can't wait. We haven't made it this far USDC round yet, so let's keep going.
All right, awesome. Congratulations, man. Good luck. All right, guys, you heard that. He's stoked. He beat up on his buddy.
He's
happy to keep it moving.
He's happy to beat on him, and he's really happy about being his first time in distance in here. This is something that's funny. Tom, everything else he goes into just wins. He won all of the competitions he entered, basically. The first like 3 comps he entered. One at Monster Drift, one over at Citrus County, one over at Apple Valley, I believe, something over there. So, I mean, that man is a champion in his own right, you know, or not a champion, but a winner. Yeah. But he's trying to come out here and prove that he can do it on the larger stage. And no larger stage right now than US Drift Circuit's Formula Drift Pro-Am.
And now we have Sasha Prospero in the lead. Matt Schulman in the chase. Sasha is going there into that first outer zone, putting that front tire right where he needs to so he could get that nice line going to the outer touch and go 1. Transitioning to outer zone 2. Man, oh man, look at reaching in to the Ironside Prospero, just touching the door with his front tire and going through that fatal funnel. The Showmanator, outer zone 3. Beautiful fill out from Sasha and beautiful chase from Matt Schulman.
Matt Schulman out here trying to link up with him and get that proximity knocked out. Doing a great job on initiation, going ahead and taking out that little bit of proximity that was there. Matching his angle perfectly coming through this first zone. We're on the slow-mo right now, and you're actually able to see how much is there. Looks like it's a little bit of a spot where it looks like a lot of the drivers are having issues, but both of them hold through it. Perfectly timed transition. Goes ahead and goes a little bit further on angle, which is what allows this proximity open up just a tiny bit, but says, hey, I'm going to give you a little touch right here, right before this touch and go, and right there you see that rotation. It's that pre-spot, and then boom, comes right back into the pocket, doing a great job. And while Sasha's just putting on a clinic on how to fill the zones, and I mean, you can't ask for a better battle. These two drivers, if you were to hand-pick, these guys are on the short list.
Yeah, they're absolutely animals here. And they've been proving their worth in every round of the U.S. Drift Circuit. These are guys that you don't sleep on at all. Matt Schulman's in second place in the season
for a reason.
For a reason, yeah.
For a reason. And Sasha's not far off, only in 4th or 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's like with... And it goes into like with these battles, the brackets. Sometimes you get the horrible setups that you're fighting the top dogs right off the rip.
Which is worse? You want to fight the top dog or your best friend?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's all relative on that. The bracket's the bracket, and sometimes the bracket smiles upon you, and sometimes it doesn't. But again, Sasha doing a very similar strategy, pulling further back. Maybe this has been going on all day, and we just haven't been noticing because the graphics. I'm not sure, but they're sending him now, and Sasha is the first one to move, waiting on Matt Schulman.
And Matt Schulman is going to be in the lead. Matt Shulman coming in here with a nice initiation. Going to the first outer zone, putting that one tire in there. Not getting 2 tires. And look at, Sasha rubbing that tire. Oh,
no.
That looks rough. Look at Matt Shulman. He has to finish his lap here. And he's going to outer touch and go 2. Now transitioning to outer zone 3. Is he able to complete this lap? He is burning those tires up.
Reserved to watching Matt Shulman complete the run due to just a close contact, stalling his front tire on his passenger. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to rewatch this run right here. And an interesting start. Sasha wanted that extra space, and Matt Shulman waited until Sasha got up to him to go. They finally go. They're matching angle, and then just a little bit of a touch from Sasha. He shuts it down. He loses the grip and rotates. It's a tale as old as time. Either you use the car in front of you in those instances or not, but we're going to wait for Matt Shulman to get up on the line, and the judges are going to maybe have a decision here for us. And it looks like Matt Shulman, the Shulmanator, moving on, knocking out Sasha. Sasha almost knocking out himself, unfortunately, with that mistake. But what an amazing job from Sasha. We know that we're going to see so much more of him. He is one of those drivers that, like you said, the short list, you're going to put money on him if this was Hard Rock Bets or whatever. That's where we'd be putting the money.
Yeah. Well, we have the next battle of the Grade 8, the final battle of the Grade 8. Nathaniel Jordan versus Christian Catrone.
Yeah, Nathaniel absolutely showing that having a simple car and a cutthroat driving ability that you can be out here. And he's now going against one of the most meticulously built cars here. The Comp Cam Corvette over here.
It's interesting because if Christian Catrone moves on to this battle, if he wins this battle, he's going to be battling Matt Shulman, which is first and second place battle for the season. This is very exciting to see an aspect for the bracket wise, but we have to see this battle going to take place. Nathaniel Jordan in the lead, Christian Catrone in the chase.
Obviously a slower car, less horsepower. Let's see how Christian does with that speed difference.
Nathaniel Jordan going into that first outer zone, able to hit it, and Christian Catrone gives him some room. Knows about that speed difference. Now going into that first outer touch and go. Great job from Nathaniel Jordan. He's going to outer zone 2. And able to pull out all the way through. Christian Catrone lighting off his tires behind him, using that nice throttle modulation with that Chevy Corvette as they're transitioning into that fatal funnel. Huge angle from the chase from Christian Catrone. Nathaniel Jordan does a great job leading them throughout the lap.
So unfortunately, Nathaniel not really hitting all our zones that we're looking for here. On this first zone, absolutely grabs it. No problem there. But, you know, going through that, what we'll do is we'll do a little highlight on here, but we're going to jump over to the interview because I think we got a car sitting there waiting to go.
We do, and it's getting hot, so we're going to make it quick here for Matt. Tell us about that run.
That was a really competitive battle, lots of fun. I vote no more flour on track, though, because it's really annoying. But other than that, fun times.
All right, there you go. He's got to go cool this car off. He's just trying to make it happen. Well, back to you guys.
I appreciate it. That's always cool to hear that, you know, something going on with the flour. I would love to talk to him more on that. Maybe it's the grip, maybe it's something like that. But to go back to our run here, Nathaniel not quite filling all the zones, really getting the first one, the touch and go. Second one was a little shallow, and then obviously the third, you know, he got in there as well. But first one kills it. Catrone, like you said, backing up, knowing there's that speed difference, pedaling the car, but still finding a way to keep it consistent and go. So doing a good job here, fills the second zone, shallow through this area here, but actually he does find it, so I mistake that he was missing his zones. He found the zones.
Yeah.
So that was just an angle thing for me.
And now we have Christian, the Heartbreak Kid, seeing if he'll heartbreak the people's champion.
Let's see if Nathaniel can keep up.
We'll see. Well, here it goes. Christian Catrone in the Chevy Corvette in the lead. Going into that first outer zone. Beautiful fill out from Christian Catrone. Look at Nathaniel surging in, getting that nice angle so he can keep the speed up. Now going to outer touch and go 1. Beautiful transition from Christian Catrone and Nathaniel. Shallow up angle so he could reel in the proximity.
Holy cow, Nathaniel!
Oh my goodness, the fatal funnel is there, but Christian Catrone is lighting off the tires every zone he can, and Nathaniel Jordan holding his own.
Besides the last section there, he was with him.
Wow.
Those look like not that difference of cars, and I'm well aware that that is more than 50% more power coming out of that Corvette. And I mean, holy cow, was that not entertaining to see? I already give a round of applause for those two drivers right there, putting it together, that work. I know the chat section has to be blowing up, giving some love over to Nathaniel. Obviously not quite the same proximity that we saw in this exact instance with Catrone, but similar to what we saw in the first section. We're seeing a nice little dive in, obviously trying to match that angle, and then transitioning over and just taking that inner line, getting over there while Christian is throwing down some smoke. So, very exciting stuff. Look what you've caused.
The track staff is now calling Eric the Fireball Nogueira. Is great.
So we got the Flower Mobile being driven around. Oh my god, did you just hear that?
Yeah, I just heard that.
They're going one more time.
Yeah, buddy. They're going to get new tires, get situated, and we have our left side of the bracket still to figure out who's going to be battling it out for first and second place, too.
Awesome to see. Christian Catrone having to go battle against him again. And, you know, going in, I'm like, man, that is going to be a tough call for the judges. But, wow. That's a win in its own self right here. Look, he's revving up over there. Good job, buddy. Go ahead and get some new tires on that bad boy, and let's go ahead and see.
All right. We have Eric Nogueira, Tom Mermanad. Tom Mermanad is in the lead. Eric the Fireball Nogueira is in the chase. Let's see it is. And it looks like we got track staff lining up everything, just get everything situated. We still have to get those two guys new tires. Man.
We're much sooner than that now. They've already finished up almost everything.
All right, they just finished off lining the track. They're heading off, and now we're gonna see our left side of the bracket final four battle. Eric the Fireball Nogueira, Tom Mermanad.
Nice and windy out here. Somehow avoided the rain. We had nothing but rain all day. Chris had changed the schedule multiple times, trying to make sure we had a dry track, and we've got it.
Yeah.
So now we're back to the consistency. We have no puddles on track anymore, so let's go see what these guys can do.
Bless you. Here we go.
Just blew some pollen up in my nose. I felt it.
Here goes Flydays getting situated. Tom Mermanad is going to be in the lead. Eric the Fireball Nogueira in the chase. Let's see what Tom can do. Tom Nogueira battle. Here we go. Tom going all the way through, getting to that first outer zone. Look at Eric Nogueira reeling him in. Proximity is good on the transition. Almost bumper to bumper. Tom Mermanad getting to each zone, looking at each visual cue that he can as he is going in to this fatal funnel. Eric Nogueira is trying to cheat the line a little bit to get the proximity again as they are finishing this lap here.
Corvette versus Corvette, honestly a great run. I'm not really sure what's going on the live stream right now, but I'm going to commentate on what I just saw. So great job by both of them. Tom obviously with a heater of a lead there, really trying to figure out just the right spot to be in. He's getting it. Really can't commentate if he filled all the zones or not because I'm only able to see from the one angle. I don't have the replay right now. So we're going to keep trying to fix that over here. We lost the monitor at the beginning of that one. I still don't have it.
And then we have the second half of that battle coming up. Tom Mermanad and Eric the Fireball Nogueira. Eric Nogueira in the lead. Tom Mermanad in the chase. And look at Eric Noguera being able to get that nice fluid angle. Fireballs coming out of the back of his car, going to that outer touch and go 1, transitioning to outer zone 2, lighting off those tires. As they're going into this fatal funnel area, huge angle from Eric Noguera and Tom, going to the final outer zone. Beautiful, beautiful chase from Tom Mermanod.
This is what we talk about with top performers. They are absolutely putting on a show for you guys. The 2 Corvettes doing it all. Doing a great job out here. That's going to be a tough one on the judges. Both in sync so much that they're pulling up at the same time when they're doing all that. So tons of fun. I know one of the judges had earlier said seeing these Corvettes out here, it's pretty cool. Those are basically sister cars, just different liveries.
Yeah, basically, you got these 2 guys being absolute animals here. I love seeing the aggressiveness from both of the drivers. There we go. Look at this chase. The chase is insane.
All right, so maybe even a little contact actually between Tom and Eric there. Tom doing a great job matching the angle here at the end. Both of them filling the last zone. On this big initiation here, look at that angle, both of them. Tom going 2 tires off, trying to chase Eric over here. Eric being right in that first zone, coming through in the touch and go, doing a nice little transition. Tom a little bit slower on the transition than I remember Eric being, coming in, filling out that zone 2. Coming in, Eric using the whole track, and that's when I see a little bit of contact from Tom. A lot of people have been cutting that corner a little bit more, and he just used the whole space. So interesting stuff.
It's a little bit of a mistake there from Tom making that contact with that front bumper, but man, these guys are just because you lose this battle doesn't mean you get a chance to the podium, because if you do lose this battle, you get the battle for 3rd.
Correct.
So, the winner moves on to a guaranteed podium spot. So this is going to be a lot of emotions are going to come out of this decision, and I'm always excited to see how pumped up they are getting off the line, but they're also focused on what needs to be done next.
Absolutely.
And we do have our one more time battle after this.
Right after this, which, holy cow. Let's take a second to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's a David versus Goliath story.
Oh, yeah. And that's my favorite thing about drifting.
Look at that. Hey, let's go ahead and throw it back again. One more time for the Corvettes. We're getting one more times all the way around. It's like Oprah's up in the judging stand. You get it one more time. You get it one more time. We're all out here, and honestly, I'm here for it. We want to see the battles. We want to see it. We don't look like we got a storm rolling in, but we're in the wind, so we got time, baby.
Oh, man, the sigh of relief that some people probably have, but sometimes when you get it one more time, you're like, oh man, I got to do this again.
No. I'd rather get it one more time than a loss every day of the week.
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely with these guys, they know how each other drives, so it's kind of instinctual for them. But now we have the track finishing off the line, and we have our one more time battle to figure out who's in the final 4 for the right side of the bracket, battling Matt Schulman. And we did talk about how Nathaniel Jordan is the people's champion and is the David and Goliath story. Christian Catrone is the points leader for the season. This could make or break in a sense of morale, but it also gives a chance for Matt Schulman to get more points so he could get even closer to that first seeded spot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's at this point, it's all about winning the round so that you can try to win the season.
Yep.
So Christian Catrone's obviously in a good seat right now, but Matt Schulman not far off in the points.
We're waiting for the track staff to clear off.
Yep,
they're flowering down.
I was supposed to say the flower machine just got put back at the bourbon.
So yeah, we have certain parts of the track spray painted, and then certain parts are flowered down. Sebring doesn't want us to spray paint the actual track surface compared to the infield spots. And it's, this track is so cool. It's well, I'm part of the more sim community and video games era. Sebring has always been like a historic track to race on, from Gran Turismo all the way to Forza Motorsports.
I like how your version of historic is it's more nostalgic.
No,
because you were like, oh, I played it on all these games. It's not. It's historic in the sense of it has been here for racing forever.
That's the aspect I was going to bring into it, that a lot of people know from video games, but they don't understand the history it is here. Like you were talking about, it was an airfield, and you've been in Florida the whole time. You've been here before.
Born and raised, Floridian, baby.
Me, I always was like, I really want to go to Sebring. The first time I came over here and went over that bridge, that iconic bridge over there, and saw guys drifting, I was like a little kid in a playground. Like, it was great. I was enjoying my time here.
Well, let's go ahead and see Nathaniel versus Christian Catrone coming up.
Here we go. One more time battle. Nathaniel Jordan in the lead. Battle moves in to the final four here. Look at Nathaniel Jordan doing the same thing as he's been always doing throughout the track. Hitting that first outer zone, hitting that touch go. Look at Christian Catrone. Animal that he is, trying to stay close proximity the whole way. The fatal funnel is there, and then transitioning into the final outer zone. Huge angle. Man, oh man. Christian, the Heartbreak Kid Catrone, out here to shred.
So when you say it's a moving clipping point, right now when I look at Nathaniel, he's literally a moving clipping point. He looks like he is the white rabbit being chased by the fastest, leanest greyhound possible. And that greyhound is snapping at it, almost grabbing it, that little white rabbit. But I mean, when we look at these runs, he is going and grabbing every zone he needs to on the lead run. Christian mimicking every move he can, throwing a little bit more angle actually than Nathaniel, but then finding it and just matching him perfectly across the line on this initiation, doing what he had did prior with a little bit of space, but then decided, you know what, no, we're going all the way in. So he went ahead and grabbed in on this transition. He just decided, we're in full kill, I'm going to get as close as possible and hold it. So what a great job from Christian Catrone driving behind a slower car, and a great job from Nathaniel from being able to lead.
Yeah, Nathaniel has been doing a fantastic job throughout the series, and Christian is able to just deal with what he has in front of him. And right here you have Christian Catrone in the lead. Let's see how he's going to lay down this line. Let's see if Nathaniel gets that proximity. And look at Christian Catrone getting right to outer zone 1, lighting off those tires. Nathaniel Jordan, shallower angle than Christian Catrone, but able to keep proximity. Now going to outer zone 2. Nathaniel Jordan trying to reel him in like a big old fish in the deep blue sea. And look at Christian Catrone, the Heartbreak Kid, going through that fatal funnel, going to the final outer zone, lighting off the tires. And you see Nathaniel Jordan is a lot further spaced compared to Christian Catrone in the chase.
So I want to say Nathaniel had an amazing entry. Nathaniel decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and enter as late as possible, get on his angle, and keeping up with him. What we're seeing is the reaction time and the reaction difference. He doesn't have the horsepower to make the correction, so he is momentum. If he makes a mistake, it's bigger and badder. Yeah. So he's going through the same thing. Christian goes a little bit wider out there, and Nathaniel goes through. So it's going to be a tough one for a slower car to make those corrections. But Christian Catrone with the win. Moving on, after a one more time with Nathaniel. Nathaniel has to feel like a winner in that seat either which way. Getting it one more time with the points leader, the man to beat, and he almost beat him. Gosh, what a great time. I know Nathaniel's having a good time in that seat. Wishing he could hold it together a little bit out there. But out there revving for the crowd, hand out the window. Giving applause for that guy out there in the Mustang.
Insane.
Crazy work out here for that boy.
This round has just gotten even more exciting because of Matt Schulman and Christian Catrone. We're going to cut over to Christian Catrone's thoughts real quick in the interview going into that Redline Oil hot seat.
All righty. Christian, man. All right, guys, you heard it. Car's running. Team behind him is doing it for him, and he's just as excited to move on.
Well, that's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear.
We're going to go to a quick commercial here. while the track crew gets lined up and we get everybody situated. And then we'll be seeing our final 4 battles here.
Yeah. So we'll see you when we come back.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win. Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now, it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week. So now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
Tom Mermanada able to hit that first outer zone and going into outer touch and go 1. Great angle. And Eric Noguera trying to reel him in. He's shallowing up angles so he can gain proximity going into this fatal funnel as they're going to the final outer zone. Look at the surge forward from Eric Noguera. Tom Mermanada does a great job. A little bit of a kiss with the front tire from Eric Noguera.
They're making it obvious on why there was a one more time obvious. Doing a great job chasing down this run that Tom just put down. These 2 Corvettes are out here absolutely stunning, and I love this wide shot showing the Florida sunset, which is just a rain cloud. It's the afternoon, but they're doing a great job with those that red Zeknova car coming through, flying down. We see that big initiation, an extra handbrake from Eric over here, but matching angle, doing a great job, finding the touch and go. Both of them transitioning. Eric a little bit slower on the transition, but still finding it. But because of that speed on that transition, allowing a large gap to form in between that zone and the next. But the slow down onto the second zone, or the second outside, coming through, and then Eric right there sticking with him. And what you think was a little bit of a kiss was just a near miss coming through that last final outer zone.
And here we go. You got the second half of this battle. Eric Noguera is now in the lead. Tom Mermanada into the chase. I see his wife jumping up and down, getting excited. And here we go. Waiting for the lights to extinguish. 2 Chevy Corvettes out here being super aggressive, roaring their engines in each zone as possible, screeching tires. And I'm super excited to see the result of this second lap.
And this is a top battle for who's going into Final 4. Correct?
Yep. This is the Final 4
Final
battle.
4, that's what I was saying.
Here we go.
1-2.
Eric Noguera in the lead, going into that first outer zone. Oh, Tom goes a little bit off of the zone and into the out of bounds area. Possibly 1 tire off with the chase, but man, Tom is right there. Keeping the Eric showing out outer zone 2. We're getting dusted out in the announcer's booth as he hits outer touch and go 2. Transitioning to outer zone 3. And look at Tom searching forward, trying to get the proximity, a little bit shallower in angle, but man, oh man, that was super aggressive from Tom Mermanada.
Absolutely. I want to see this entry here because I don't know if it was Tom. Yep, so Tom did knock those off. Eric filled the zone nice and deep going through, coming around to the second touch and go. First one coming through into the second outside zone, doing a great job. And look at this prep for this transition here. Nice little nudge there, little nudge, little lunge, holding it, holding the angle, and then transitions over, diving right back in and getting there, looking to get on that front tire almost. So judges are going to be go ahead and reviewing that footage and making a decision here on which one's going to move to that 1-2 battle. So we got Corvettes, and then on the other side we've got a Corvette in the 240 with Christian Catrone and Matt Schulman. So crazy stuff.
man, these judges are deliberating really, really extensively, going through that replay here.
I'll just leave it.
Super windy out here. And I wonder if the chase-wise with Tom Ermina, the judges are looking at that and seeing how much of a deduction it is to determine the winner on this one. Because with Eric Nogueira chasing, he didn't go off zones or off track from what we saw. But man, that's a huge mistake from Tom. But winner goes on to the battle of first and second place. The loser moves on to the battle of third place.
So, let's see. Oh my goodness, Tom gets the win in the red Corvette, beating Eric Nogueira, going to the final battle for 1 to 2 position. And now we have the big question. Who, number 1 or number 2, is Tom going against? Is it going to be Christian Catrone, the points leader, or are we going to be looking at a battle for some points where we can see him trying to claw back up and get after Christian? But Tom, with a big win, he needed that, and I know he's excited. And honestly, we're going to jump straight into the interview in that red line hot seat and see what he thinks.
Tom, tell us about that, man. You're going to the big show.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on, man. I keep seeing you. That's great. That's a good sign. It's awesome. Let's do it. Car's running awesome. I don't know. Let's do it.
All right. Cool, man. Keep that attitude. Keep this smile going, bro. Have fun. All right, back to you guys. He is stoked.
You know that feeling. You've been there. You keep winning and you just keep driving to the same spot. You keep talking to the same guy and you're just like, I'm still here? Oh my gosh, I'm still here. And you just get so pumped. I know that you've had that feeling. It's not just me, right?
Yeah, no. You actually, you know, I want to let them go. I don't even want to hold the guys up because I want them to keep their groove. I understand, like, they're pumped, they're fired up. They don't need this guy talking to them, but got to get the entertainment going.
You know what? A lot of them, like myself, I would love a mic shoved into my face while I'm going through the pits. But if I'm not going to stop, I would have driven past you. So honestly, super pumped to see him moving on forward. I'm more excited to see who's now going to be going against. We got Christian and Matt, the Schulminator, coming on up. And let me hear what your prediction is on this one. What do you think we're going to see?
This is going to be tight. It's both of these guys have been doing absolutely killer work on the track. I can't come up with a prediction with this. This is too close. But we're going to go to a quick commercial break, get the track lined up, get all the guys situated for the final 4 battles.
During this commercial break, honestly, let's go ahead and think of some ideas and we'll bring them back to you guys.
All right.
So we'll see you then.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda tires are designed for your journey.
If you haven't heard of E-Town Gambler, you got to check this series out. They give cash prizes to the winners. First place, you get $4,000. Second place, you get $2,000. And in third place, you still walk out with $1,000 cash. This is a 235 tire series, so make sure you get a tire within spec. Hit up this great series and go have yourself a great time with E-Town Gambler.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support our performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7. Op 7.
We are back. We're ready for our battles here.
So in the delay we just had, there are the commercials. He said he's really not sure. I'm going to give my 2 cents on what I think I'm going to see. Christian Catrone just having to battle out with a slower car.
Yep.
I think he's going to come out, and because who do we have in the lead position here?
We have Matt Shulman is going to be leading him. So.
I think that we are going to see Christian Catrone nonstop trying to be glued to his door.
Oh,
I don't think there's going to be any
Absolutely.
safety. I don't think there's going to be any pedaling. I think we're going to see full smoke stream. And honestly, if Matt's the one that slows down, Christian's going to be the one that catches up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
It's a slugfest here, and with these two drivers, they're just going to be going toe to toe. After that, the winner goes against Tom Mermanad. So that's Tom has been doing a hell of a job today and yesterday. So.
Well, and then the next, whoever doesn't move forward from this is going to go against Eric to see who's getting that third place position. So, but right now they're both eyes set on getting to that final battle. Let's go ahead and watch.
Here's Christian, the Heartbreak Kid controlling versus the Showmanator. Christian coming into that first outer zone and getting right to angle, filling all the way out. Look at Matt Showman right there, sparks and fire coming from the back of the car as they're transitioning into outer zone 2. Matt Showman hunted down the door of the Heartbreak Kid as they're going to the outer touch and go 2. Oh, contact made.
So exactly what I was saying, but in reverse. We were talking about how you said you thought, oh, so his front tire's still up. Matt Shulman is actively on top of Christian Catrone. Christian Catrone coming to slow down to get to that touch and go, him being so close that Matt Shulman rides up on top of him. We're going to go ahead and see if we get a replay on that real quick while we wait for the EMS and everybody to come out and check on these drivers and make sure that these cars do not get more damage than they already are. Doing a great job, though, with Christian trying to fill in the zone. Surges from Matt Shulman. Little, just micro surges coming through. Perfectly timed transition, but a lot of space came from it where there was that surge. So he comes in and he's surging still actively while Christian's slowing down.
Oh, he caught the tire.
Yep, he catches it and spins Christian Catrone. Matt Shulman hitting Christian Catrone. And Matt Shulman's car still actively in the air. And I don't know if safety realizes that car is going to need to be lifted up with a jack or something to get off of Christian Catrone's car.
Oh man, this is where this reminds me of the time where, no, was it 3 years ago? Louis Lance and Nick Ward.
At the very end.
At the very end, that they they wrecked, and that's the most famous moment of Louis Lanz yelling at someone not to rip the bumper off.
And they ripped the bumper off.
And
But Matt Schulman actively seeing his tire being held up in the air on top of Christian's car, seeing this in real time, having to live through this moment. Both of these cars, masterpieces at this point, being fine-tuned and worked on. And the smallest little slip, that decel coming from Christian into there. But we're going to go ahead and jump over to a commercial real quick after looking at this. And we'll see you guys when we come back and have the track ready to go.
Hot Pit Auto Fest isn't just a drift series that brings you some of the best drivers, but they have a car show, flamethrowers, and it feels like you're just in a movie. So make sure if you're in the SoCal or California area, hit up Hot Pit Auto Fest to go have yourself a great time to see the best drifting and the best show possible.
Welcome to Leadfoot City, America's automotive theme park, home of the 8th Street Drag Strip. Catch all the action from the wheelie bar. Slide over to the drift arena and watch tire shred and engine scream around the corners. Feel the chaos at our dedicated burnout pit, Ascended Square. Step inside our indoor climate-controlled spaces, perfect for events, parties, no matter the weather. And for an exclusive experience, head into our hidden VIP speakeasy. The action never stops here. Find out more and plan your visit today at leadfootcity.com.
Have you heard of Clutch Kicker's 100,000 series? Well, if not, you need to check this one out. First prize walks away with $6,000 cash. They do payouts all the way to top 16, and they host at Mid-Pond. So make sure to hit up Clutch Kickers. If you're not in the area, make sure to watch the live stream.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win. Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Flamies on that A with pimpin', man.
US Drift Circuit is a Pro-Am event where you can compete to win $4,000 for first place. Also, what's cool about this series is if your car breaks or you need to do any testing, they're always doing 2 tracks at once. So once you're done for the day, if you want to still go drive, you're more than welcome to with US Drift Circuit. Go check it out, guys.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win. Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week, so now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
If you haven't heard of E-Town Gambler, you got to check this series out. They give cash prizes to the winners. First place, you get $4,000. Second place, you get $2,000. And in third place, you still walk out with $1,000 cash. This is a 235 tire series, so make sure you get a tire within spec. Hit up this great series and go have yourself a great time with E-Town Gambler.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
All right, we are back here at Sebring. We did see a really rough collision there with Matt Shulman and Christian Catrone. The judges deemed Matt Shulman at fault, and so Christian Catrone will get 10 minutes, and Matt Shulman will have 5 minutes to repair the cars to get back on the line to continue on this battle. We'll continue on our commercial break, give them some time to get situated because we do need them to figure out who's going to be battling out for the first and second place and who's going to be battling out for third place. So we'll see you guys here shortly here at Sebring.
Off 7,
Op 7.
Op 7. Op 7.
Hot Pit Auto Fest isn't just a drift series that brings you some of the best drivers, but they have a car show, flamethrowers, and it feels like you're just in a movie. So make sure if you're in the SoCal or California area, hit up Hot Pit Auto Fest to go have yourself a great time to see the best drifting and the best show possible.
Welcome to Leadfoot City, America's automotive theme park, home of the 8th Street Drag Strip. Catch all the action from the wheelie bar. Slide over to the drift arena and watch tires shred and engines scream around the corners. Feel the chaos at our dedicated burnout pit, Ascended Square. Step inside our indoor climate-controlled spaces, perfect for events, parties, no matter the weather. And for an exclusive experience, head into our hidden VIP speakeasy. The action never stops here. Find out more and plan your visit today at leadfootcity.com.
Have you heard of Clutch Kicker's 100,000 series? Well, if not, you need to check this one out. First prize walks away with $6,000 cash. They do payouts all the way to top 16, and they host at Mid-Pond. So make sure to hit up Clutch Kickers. If you're not in the area, make sure to watch the live stream.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win. Proven by me. Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Women's on that able pimpin', man.
US Drift Circuit is a Pro-Am event where you can compete to win $4,000 for first place. Also, what's cool about this series is if your car breaks or you need to do any testing, they're always doing 2 tracks at once. So once you're done for the day, if you want to still go drive, you're more than welcome to with US Drift Circuit. Go check it out, guys.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now, it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week, so now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
If you haven't heard of E-Town Gambler, you got to check this series out. They give cash prizes to the winners. First place, you get $4,000. Second place, you get $2,000. And in third place, you still walk out with $1,000 cash. This is a 235 tire series, so make sure you get a tire within spec. Hit up this great series and go have yourself a great time with E-Town Gambler. If you haven't heard of E-Town Gambler, you got to check this series.
We are out. Just came off a 5-minute call where I was standing actually calling out the time for Matt Schulman to get that car ready, trying to figure out the bumper, got it removed, had some issues, some hangers that he had to fix, but was able to get it done just in time. He actually had 9 seconds left on the clock before he had to roll out of the pit, and he started moving. Car was started, everything was safe. We got Christian already waiting at the line for him, so we're excited to go ahead and see those guys battle it out.
All right. I'm super excited to see how they're... Man, this right here is unfortunate, especially towards the end of the bracket where they had a massive collision. It might have not looked massive in retrospect and looking at the camera, but this was bad.
So it could have been a very, very serious wreck. Fortunately, both of them are good drivers, and they are also smart enough to tell track staff what needs to happen. We also are all drivers out here pretty much. All of us are making the decision to go ahead and make sure that car wasn't pulled off of itself or anything like that. So as you guys saw, Matt Schulman's car was literally on top of Christian Catrone's car, damaging it looked like damaging possibly a tie rod. We weren't sure. They were about to pull it off, but then Matt Schulman decided to drive it off. There was some hangers that were broken that are supporting his intercooler and some other stuff. It looks like we got the fender off of Christian's car. It looks like they're at the line ready to go now, and honestly, I'm going to let them take over the show and hopefully put on an absolute clinic to see why they are number 1 and number 2 in the point standings.
All right, Matt Schulman is now in the lead. Christian, the Heartbreak Kid, Catrone in the chase. Showmanator versus the Heartbreak Kid. Intense moment here at Sebring. These two guys, these two
friends too, battling all through King of OSW and all that fun stuff. Matt Schulman, Chris Catrone. We're gonna go ahead and have him take off here. Schulman in the lead.
Matt Schulman. Oh
no.
Was that,
do we have a light?
No, it doesn't look like a restart light was on.
So that would be. I'm looking at that. It looks like Matt Schulman did not initiate. Christian was ready to go. I think that Matt Schulman's car is not as ready as we thought it was.
Oh no.
So in this instance, it's going to be difficult because if the fault is if they've given fault to one of the drivers, they're going to go on what they could have seen and what they could have judged. It is now Matt right now not initiating. So
yeah, that collision before, and it looks like they have came to a decision here.
Yep. So it looks like an intercooler pipe has popped off on Matt Schulman's car, so he did not have the power. And with that being said, the judges have made a decision. We're waiting on the line guy to go ahead and tell him. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I guess I'm going to announce it. Christian Catrone gets the win and is going to be moving forward. A large hit coming from Matt Schulman, and unfortunately not able to initiate, taking the 5 minutes trying to get that car up and running, but was just not able to secure that. He decided not to risk the car. He said he's not going to be able to do the run. He didn't initiate. So now that means that Matt Schulman's going to be going down to battle Eric and that's going to be the battle right now. Now, Matt Schulman, his car just wasn't able to perform. So if Eric is left at the line,
and he has no more 5 minutes,
he does not have a 5-minute competition. So this could mean that Eric, by default, could be going forward to getting the third place.
Well, I see Christian Catrone in the red line hot pit.
Let's jump down there and talk to him.
All right, here we go, Christian.
Understand, I just want to stop getting hit, really. That's really it. But you know, big shout out to the team, making sure the car is good. Again, man, glory to God and the team, just keeping us on track here, and let's just keep pushing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Hopefully you don't get hit again, man. Best of luck, brother. All right, you heard it. He's taking care of business. He just wants to stop getting hit.
You know what? We all have those days where we're just like, can I just stop getting... what I jokingly said when I was at Clutch Kickers, actually, I got hit like 3 times in battle. I'm like, can you stop blowing holes in my ship? Little Jack Sparrow there.
I love Jack Sparrow. He's my favorite.
Unfortunately, you're not allowed to drink and drive, so there's none of the like fun footwork and hand motions there.
You need to make a clip of you running down a line and just doing the Jack Sparrow
Doing
run.
the Jack Sparrow. You know what? We should honestly have Christian Catrone say, stop blowing holes in my ship, and that'd be the soundbite for the whole event.
Oh man, it's so frustrating too. During the commercial break, like I'm sitting there, just waiting to see these guys get towed off. Christian Catrone drives off and throws his hands up. He's like, "Dude, like, come on, let's get a battle going." But so yeah, Matt Schulman doesn't have a 5-minute timeout, so technically Eric Nogueira should have a bye run for third place.
Well, I'm not sure how much time he has in between battles because he might be able to be given the amount of time to change tires. So if while changing tires they are able to get that coupler back on and the track staff is okay with it and he doesn't go over a time limit, he should be okay. But he can't just hold it, you know, and wait and prolong because he was deemed at fault from what I understand for that contact. So he used his 5 minutes to try to fix himself up. Christian got 10 minutes and he was good to go, and he was over there, and he's actually the one that wanted to go drive, you know, or was able to, not that he didn't want to. So interesting stuff going on here at the wild world of Sebring in Florida, which, you know, knows no bounds on new entertaining ways to crash into Christian Catrone.
And you have the battle for first and second place is going to be Tom Erminade versus Christian the Heartbreak Kid.
So 2 C6 Corvettes going at it. They're going to be battling it out, and man, those are exciting.
I think a Corvette's going to win.
Pretty sure a Corvette's going to win.
Yeah, pretty solid answer on that. But with these guys out here here at Sebring, we're trying to beat the rain now. We were getting a little bit of a sprinkle going on, but everything seems to be good to go.
Hopefully.
So far.
Skies look nice right now.
Oh, it's been, even though it's been overcast today, it's been beautiful.
A lot of sun showers. Yeah, you're right.
So everybody out here enjoying the weather, and even the drivers hanging out. Like, that's one thing I love about drifting too, is even if the drivers get knocked out, they usually chill out, watch the competition just for the love of the sport. That's something I enjoy.
They're packing up, but they're also watching the run. So in these down times, they're working on it. With that being said, we really do appreciate everybody for tuning into these live streams. Without you guys, none of this would really be televised.
Yeah.
So obviously the competition would still go on, but we really love the support that you guys give, and it helps us obviously continue to get continued support from guys like Drift HQ, Kenda, all those people that are willing to come on out and help us out. OMP, with all the safety gear. Redline, obviously, with the hot pit and all that other kind of stuff. We've even got, KBD, which is, near and dear to my heart. They make sure my car doesn't look like complete trash all the time. Right over to my corner, we got Auto Sports Engineering, Taxi Garage, Link ECUs, Outlaw, which is helping us out with all the media stuff here. We've even got Veterans Trust, St. Lucie Tire doing all that stuff. Jackson Performance, obviously, got him out here. Flyday Drones, making sure we can see those replays, and WOW, making sure we look good doing it.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting moment at times. So we're going to see how Matt is going to get situated. His pits are right there too,
yeah,
so we could
see
literally
his pits. That's
see
why we
his
keep
pit.
looking off to the left, by the way, if you're watching us on camera. Camera's over here, we're looking over there. Sorry, we're not looking at you.
But yeah, his pits are right there, and we already got Eric Noguera at the line waiting, just waiting to scrub tires to get ready if he needs to battle here. But today has been exciting. And it's been exciting because, one, the tension some of these drivers had, and it's not them mad at each other. It's more of like the points for the season. Now you have Christian Catrone.
Christian Catrone's probably not happy he got crashed into.
No, yeah, of course. But you have him now at the point where you could possibly run away with points if he gets top podium position. He's getting...
So he's already getting a lot of points.
Yeah, he's already getting second place points.
He's getting a lot of points no matter what.
Right.
So now it's just, is Tom going to be closing that gap a little bit, or is Christian going to be further in the gap a little bit right now? Matt Schulman really wants to go ahead and grab that third. He wants to be on the podium. I'm not sure what's going on over there because, from my understanding, he used his competition timeout. So I'm waiting to hear from the track staff exactly what's going on over there.
Oh, it looks like he's pulling out. It looks like he is pulling out and going to the line. Oof. Well, this got exciting.
Well, I was hoping that we got a battle. I hate to see Eric just sitting there and not get to run. But also on Eric's camp, how long is what amount of time was he allotted? I don't know. So these are questions that I'd like to know too, and we'd love to answer them to you, but I just don't know right now.
You have the track staff over there testing out the OP7 restart lights, which is great. They've been the track staff have been killing it today.
They're so bright. They're flashing right now.
Yeah. And you have the media guys here, the Drift HQ media guys and Bunny Productions out here for a U.S. Drift Circuit. Always killing it. Always having a good time. The one unique thing I've seen this year compared to previous year, we have the box there, the media box.
Yep.
Last year, there was no media box there. So that's pretty cool to see. Incorporating the interviews after the runs is fantastic.
Yeah. We'd love for you guys to let us know. One of the best ways we can know is obviously viewership, but in the comments, let us know what you're thinking. When these videos come out as well, they get posted on the US Drift Circuit YouTube. Go ahead and comment what you're thinking, letting us know what we can improve on, letting us know what you liked. We'd like to sprinkle in a little positive and, some what is the word for not negative?
Satire?
No. When somebody has good suggestions. So,
constructive
criticism.
Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for.
Well, it looks like someone's burning out their tires.
We're all burnt out. What are you talking about?
It looks like Eric Noguera and Matt Schulman are scrubbing their tires now in the Bob. I think you finally accepted me saying that now. So, Matt Schulman and Eric Noguera in the Bob.
I was getting a lot of info sent over to me. So, Yeah, we actually got to talk with one of the Sebring representatives. He said he was he was loving the stories, and hearing how we talk about Sebring, he loves seeing that love for the sport, and that's something that all of us have. We don't tune in just to drifting for no reason. You either enjoy it or love it or want to learn from it, and it's a really cool opportunity. I'd love to see this on TV. I'd like to be at Chili's and have it on the main screen.
That would be awesome.
Live streams right now, but sounds like we're getting told we're ready and we're getting the thumbs up from the judges. So we're about to go ahead and see Eric, the
Fireball Nogueira,
going against Matt Schulman,
the Showmanator.
There we go. I wanted to give him his little jump-ins there. So let's go ahead and see it run.
Eric Nogueira in the lead with the Chevy Corvette coming in. Nice initiation, going to that first time zone. And Matt Schulman seems to get his car back together. Look at him getting door to door with the Fireball as they're going to outer touch and go 1. Transition to the outer zone 2. Eric Nogueira lights off his power. But the Showmanator is right at his door, going to outer 2. Oh, mercy. The touch and go is beautiful. The fatal funnel is fantastic. The outer zone 3 is absolutely phenomenal from both of these drivers.
Great job from both the drivers, just like he said. Phenomenal run. Eric holding it down while being pressured unbelievably by Matt Schulman. Matt Schulman obviously figuring the car out and getting it done, transitioning in and immediately getting that proximity locked down, getting right there door to door with him, going ahead and matching angle as best he can on the transition. A little bit of a delay, but coming through, allows some space. But just like before when he goes against Christian, he surges again, goes ahead and keeps putting the pressure on it. Eric throws a Fireball. Matt says, I'm still coming for you, and comes right on him across the finish line, making sure that he is on that door.
Eric Nogueira needs to put like a sticker on his back bumper right by his exhaust, the Mario.
Yeah, well, Matt Schulman's over here revving, obviously loving that run. Eric knows what he needs to do now. Matt Schulman needs to throw down a solid lead run and hope that Eric, doesn't do what he just did.
This is crazy.
You think Eric's going to touch him? Don't touch the boat. Finding Nemo. Touch the boat. I touched the boat.
This is really exciting for me as not only a commentator, a fan of the sport. Seeing this, and a lot of people look at this, oh, it's not Formula Drift. This is ProAm. These are guys that want to be in Formula Drift. The winner of the whole series gets a license.
Yeah, this is sanctioned right here, ProAm. This is Formula Drift ProAm.
Absolutely. And now I'm starting to understand why people are fans of NCAA. Because of this environment here, this is the NCAA of
Absolutely. Well, let's watch the SEC go at it.
There you go. We got Eric Nogueira chasing down the Showmanator. Here he goes to the first outer zone. Bang! Right to angle. Lights off the tires. Look at the Fireball go from Nogueira, going absolutely maniacal, trying to hunt down the door of the Showmanator. The Showmanator is unfazed, just going right through each zone. Hits the outer touch and go like an absolute gangster. Going through that final outer zone. Left foot brake from Eric Nogueira, getting door to door. 5 letters, 1 word, doors.
Goodness gracious, you and the Doors statement. You're hyped though. So
I'm hyped of that. I don't know why nobody else ain't hyped from that.
Well,
that
it was
insane.
A great run. Eric did a great job closing the distance there. A lot of braking on that left foot, obviously. Getting the front to slow down and try to match that angle. Gets a nice little space here for that transition, just very, very similar to Matt Schulman's, but a little bit closer proximity off the rip. And then instead of surging towards it, it looks like Matt actually gets a little bit further away from him until the choke up towards that fatal funnel like you've been talking about, into that touch and go, coming around and looking for this third and final outer zone. He over rotates the tiniest bit, which is why you see that correction there. So if you watch, he actually sends it a little bit too hard, goes past the matched angle and has to make a correction, which is what makes him nose out and make that little pizza shape in the middle there. And then you see obviously that proximity of where he is diving in, trying to get that door and quarter. So doing a great job, and the judges are obviously going to make a decision. We might be announcing it on the track. It's going to be up to the track staff.
My God. You guys should not be bowing your head and ashamed from this battle here. This was gritty.
It was great.
This is gritty, and I love it. This is a battle of gladiators here in the top 4. Mechanical gladiators. Oh, man. the judges are looking at the replays, and up there in the booth, they are able to kind of rewind, go frame by frame, figure it out, what's going on. And he got Matt just cooking in his car. And
okay, they are announcing it, and Eric, the Fireball Nogueira, gets the win. Matt Schulman getting 4th place points. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Eric getting to be on the podium in 3rd place. Now we move on to the final battle with Tom and Christian Catrone. Christian coming off a little bit of a hit, got his car put back together, ready to go throw down. I'm excited. He hasn't got a chance to do a full run yet, though, after that collision. He isn't really shaking down the car.
No.
So there's some things there. But Tom coming in fresh. No incident, no bumping and rubbing, nothing like that. And he's in the lead position. He gets to set the tone right now. I know for a fact Christian's going to be on top of him.
And we're going to go straight to a quick interview here while we're waiting for the track staff.
All right, here we go. Eric shredding out there, man. Tell us about this.
Thank you, thank you. Just again, first of all, I want to thank Jesus. He's my priority and everything. Thank the family, thank the sponsors. It's without them, we couldn't be here. I'll talk for every single driver out here. And again, thank for everybody. 3rd place, not the top of the podium as we wanted, but that's it. We were taking 3rd home, happy. My wife is home with the baby. They want to come. I don't know what next year is going to hold, but we're going to be out here again.
It's awesome, man. Bringing home the hardware. Good job, bro.
All right. Well, we're gonna jump over to this battle here and go ahead and see it. And if you want to bring that microphone over, I appreciate it.
Tom Mermanad, Christian the Heartbreak Kid Catrone. The battle for 1st place. 2 Corvettes, American Muscle roaring through Sebring. Here we go. Tom Mermanad going to that first outer zone, getting right to angle. Christian Catrone surging into the pocket, trying to get that nice proximity, going to that first outer touch and go. Bang! Tom Mermanad does a great job filling it out, lighting off. Christian Catrone wavering a little bit in the chase, and outer touch and go too. It has been touched by Tom Mermanad in the fatal funnel. A transition. Christian Catrone now trying to reel him in, trying to touch the door of Tom Mermanad.
And not Tom, but Christian throwing his hand out saying, good run out there. Look at this car that was so perfectly the Mona Lisa of a Corvette, in shambles almost right now, but still putting it together. What a great run. When we're watching this replay, we can see him sliding in and out of that pocket, coming through, waiting to see this last corner here come through. I wanted to see, yeah, he does a great dive in, matching angle, almost wheel to wheel, and then dragging that tire almost across that Zek Nova banner on that car. Crazy work.
Crazy too. I'm watching Christian chase down Tom. This is very similar to how it's going to go to the sim world, how Rampage chases him. His spotter is called Rampage online. He'll chase him down and then just float right close to him, touch him, and then give him a little room so that transition is buttery smooth. Yep. And they've been going side to side on the sim a lot. And Christian Catrone said the sim has been helping him. It's a tool.
Okay.
But looking at this right here, Tom has to bring it up here. He has to bring it up
to a great lead. We haven't really been talking about it, but he is filling those zones, doing a great job. And here we go, Tom going ahead and initiating, waiting for Christian to lead.
Here comes Christian, the Heartbreak Kid, coming into the first outer zone, lighting off those tires, and look at Tom, giving him some room. Now he's getting a little bit smoked out on that pocket. Now giving that proximity down. Oh, a waiver from the transition. Look at Christian Catrone. And Tom Mermanad getting door to door, matching angle. The fatal funnel is crucial. Oh no! Tom, slow down.
You commented on it. You brought it up. Tom was out of the pocket a little bit, just a little behind. And what happened is he just got lost in the smoke over here, did a little bit later transition, and what that allowed was for over here for him while charging to do that, making the mistake happen with that decel right there. And
look at this.
That's just a run.
He was so good on that.
Yep, coming in, and you can see how he's trying to get extra space and dive in right here. He goes a little bit too forward on that line and knows the mistake, tries to slow down, and then obviously Christian Catrone going through. He can't just charge forward. The car might have even shut down. So, yep. right, guys, I'm going to jump down there.
All right. Look at this.
All right, guys, it's a C6 party is what Rat Dan just said. He's over the mic telling me, is this C6's only? And apparently it is. Make some noise for these drivers, guys. Make some noise for these drivers, guys. There we go. Oh, wow, more noise from a driver. Good job, Tom. Great runs today. We've got some trophies and champagne coming. Want to say thank you guys all for sticking it out here. All these drivers out here putting on an absolute clinic on what it needs to do to be a champion. Unfortunately, there can only be one. I can tell you right now, he's in a Corvette. I can say that. Waiting to go ahead and say more, but let me grab some trophies over here.
Okay, 3. Go ahead. I got that one.
You got it, sure.
Trophies.
I got you.
Trophies, there you go.
I'll take
3, 1, 2.
Yes. Let me take.
Okay, probably take this one first. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, crew, everybody get back, please.
All right, guys. All right. So, I get champagne every time. I'm the luckiest guy here, all right? Let me put this in here. I'm going to hold down the second trophy. Number 3, the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Fireball Noguera, pulling it up. What an amazing run, buddy. Good job. And between these two guys, I'm going to stand. Both of them fighting tooth and nail for this trophy, but one emerged. Christian Catrone getting the win and absolutely dominating the points now as your points leader, holding over 3. And my man over here, Tom, coming out of nowhere, pulling in a second, almost getting the first. What a great job, buddy. All these drivers out here. We got some checks and some sponsors we're going to go ahead and hand out real quick. I want to hand this boy. Yeah, we got a few of them. You want to put that down? Okay. No, it's a real big problem to have, getting all these big checks. All right, first one, buddy. $100 from Wow over here for the livery and signs. All that. Well, it says Wow on it, but who's it from? I'm so sorry. US ProAm competition. There you go. 5. Yes. US Circuit, absolutely killing it. We got $250 coming from Wow as well. Oh, second. I'm so sorry. I can't remember what these are. Sorry, guys. I'm messing it up because I thought these were all for you, Christian. I'm so sorry. Third place over here. I'm used to getting all the first place ones. My bad. So Autosports Engineering, first place getting 200. Third place. Third round, first place getting 250 bucks, buddy. It's absolutely chaotic out here, but you guys are making it happen. That's what drifting's all about. We've got our third round over here. 150 bucks and $100 for you, man, in third place. Kansei Wheels, which we got some Kansei Wheels over here. Nice chromey boys. We got some gray over there. You're getting $600. 3, all 3. There you go, man. 400. Absolutely, and $200. I know that goes a long ways. You could probably use it after that little crash, so that's gonna help out. And then we got Wisefab. Hardest charging driver. Who's the winner? Oh, Tom! Already up here, pulling out another win. Wisefab, baby, coming in clutch. He needs it. So there you go. And then now we got some champagne for everybody, right? You're gonna give champagne showers to the whole crew?
Yeah. All right, now all your crew members, hold your guy. Don't let him get away. All right.
What's up, buddy? Guys, all 3 of these drivers have been out here busting their butts, making sure a show gets put on for you through rain, through breakages, through accidents. They've been figuring it out. Christian over here trying to put on a clinic on what it is to earn a license, doing it. Green out here in the crew, making it all happen for him, making it look easy, and we know it isn't. So with that being said, oh gosh, I'm afraid you're going to shoot me with that thing immediately. Keep talking. I'm trying to distract you. Hold on, let me back up. I don't want to be a part of this anymore.
You're a part
Where's
of
Chris
it.
Jackson? Doesn't he have one? Not this time. Well, guys, on the count of 3, go ahead and spray it. Congratulations, guys, for winning and getting on the podium. Round 3 of US Drift Circuit. Oh, they got a battle going over here. Winners get the taste of champagne on them. Get away from me, Eric. All right, with that being said, let me go ahead and get some words from our man, the myth, the legend, Christian Catrone. How are we feeling, man? All the trials and tribulations, you had just a huge accident over here. You were just frustrated in the car. How did you come back and bring back the tempo to not just run the next car down?
It's all mental, man. At a certain point, all these guys are killers out here. Anything can happen with the rain. It's just keeping my mind right. And having a great team behind me, man, and glory to God, man, just keep me on track. Just, you know, that's really it, man. I'm just thankful to have the best guys behind me, my family, my wife. I have the best support system, and it enables me to do this. Howard, everybody. I'm just so thankful to be here, man.
No, those. Whatever you're doing, because I've heard you've been sitting down and doing like almost meditations or something. I'm not exactly sure what the wording for it is, but you've been trying to make your mental toughness as hard as this car, and it's showing.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, all these guys can drive, all these guys have great cars, and that's really, you know, the difference maker at the end of the day is just being, you know, level-headed and taking care of business, man.
Well, I love that energy, and we're not going to change it up too much, but I know this party animal over here is going to have a completely different attitude towards it. How did you get over here into second place, buddy?
I don't know. I drove and I showed up. You know, we keep having bad luck at these events, always the car breaking. This time, the car didn't break, and we showed what we could do.
Absolutely, man. It did break. I know it broke, but that's okay. I was going to say, and I was saying on the live stream, you've been showing up at event after event, coming from Monster Drift or coming from another smaller event or whatever it is, going out to Apple Valley to compete. Do you think that all these different events are really making you come up and now shine in this program?
Oh, for sure. And having the exact same car on the West Coast and being able to go back and forth is so easy.
Yeah, well, you're making it look easy, buddy. It makes it also look fun. I'm going to have to come out here in a Corvette, apparently, just to try to keep up with these guys. With that being said, Eric in the third Corvette that made it up here. Eric, dude, brother, all the fireballs. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. Again, just want to take from, sorry. You know, first, glory to God, as Christian said, my sponsors, without these guys, Zach Nova Tires, you know, you guys can see it. They're throughout. Without them, we can. They're staying behind. And I want to thank them, also supporting our program. And thank all the judges, because I know it takes pain, rain, and everything, 2 days. Chris Jackson, I hate that guy, but I love that guy at the same time. I think all of us do, you know. But again, just thank everybody for coming out. It was a sick run, and that's it.
Well, ultimately, all these people came out for you guys. You guys showed up on the podium. We give a lot of thanks to everybody because, honestly, we know without them, there's nowhere we'd be here. But as a driver, it is one of the most mentally challenging things. Obviously, Christian's over here focusing and doing some Zen garden stuff. We got Party Boy over there traveling from the West Coast. What are you doing to go ahead and make your brain work to be out here in this car?
Just trying to stay focused, you know, think about family, think why we do this. We love the sport, you know, that's why we're here. And again, as long as the car works and you have the good mentality, put your focus, that's it. You got to go all the way to the top.
Man, well, this is the attitude on how to win. So thank you guys, all of you guys, for coming on out. With that being said, we want to thank all the sponsors, Drift HQ, Redline, and everybody in between with Kenda and Kansei. Wisefab, thank you guys so much. And with that being said, we're going to see you in round 4 in Orlando.
Man, oh man.